Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Bank of Kaukauna Stadium on the campus of Kaukauna High School, the site for tonight's non-conference football game between the visiting Ashwaubenon Jaguars and the host, Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. It's late August, or I should say mid-August. It's time for football again, just 3 months after the alternate spring season ended. I'm Ricardo Arguello, part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team, hanging out with Brett Christopherson and Jim Rosandick, also of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team. And Brett, we're back. It seems like yesterday we were just doing the Fond du Lac-Kimberly game in the alternate spring season, and here we are on a beautiful August night, kicking off the 2021 fall season.
It's like riding a bike, right?
It is.
You know, we didn't have much of a break. We didn't have our usual 6 months layoff, I guess, between seasons. But that's okay. Good to be back at it. Good to be feeling a little bit more normal, hopefully. Hopefully everybody's safe and healthy out there, and hopefully we can have a normal high school football season. I think everybody's just going to plow ahead now, right? Yeah, I think it's time to move on and get back to kind of a regular schedule. This will be a fun matchup. You got a team from the FEA. You got another team from the FRCC. It's week one. We know both teams. We know both coaches, and we know some of the players on both sides, too, and there's some talent on the field. So it's a great week one matchup, and can't wait. And I'm loving this weather. We were just talking off camera. We'll stream all the way through the state semifinals, and typically that state semifinal game in November, the weather isn't quite as cozy and nice as this.
I don't
so
think
enjoy it.
I don't think you'll be wearing shorts on that mid-November.
We're going to enjoy this
evening.
as long as we can.
Absolutely. But, yeah, we're ready for a good one here. Again, at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium on the campus of Kaukauna High School. We'll start off with some notes about each team. I'll start off with Kaukauna. Brett will finish up with Ashwaubenon. Kaukauna Ghosts are ranked number 9 in Division II in the Wisport.net state preseason poll, and they're coming off a 2020 season that saw them finish 6-1. Well, I think we saw a couple of those games for Brett this past fall.
Yeah.
Kaukauna, the only FBA team to play last fall, after all the other schools opted to participate in that alternate fall season in the spring. Hortonville also played in the fall, but the Polar Bears have moved to the Valley Football Association.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
There are a lot of topics to get to.
That kind of silliness.
That's odd.
Yeah, it is odd. A total of 43 letter winners returned to a Ghost squad that has reached the postseason the past 2 full seasons. That's 2018 and 2019. Kaukauna was set to participate in the playoffs last year, but had to shut down and then forfeit its scheduled playoff game against Cedarburg due to COVID precautions. Offensive lineman Brennan Kuski returns as one of Kaukauna's key letter winners. The guard center is among the state's top linemen and one of nearly 20 seniors that make up the Ghost roster. Hey, Noah Hoffman, you'll be hearing that name a lot. He returns after leading Kaukauna in rushing last season with 348 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's 8.3 yards a carry that young man averaged. Speedy Carson Sipple figures to be among the FBA's top wide receivers. He's coming off a season that saw him finish with 18 catches for 230 yards. Also, heck of a sprinter, Brett, in the 200 is Carson Sipple. Defensively, look for Will Campbell, the great Will Campbell, to build off a strong 2020 season. Senior linebacker earned Wisconsin Football Coaches Association All-Region and Associated Press Honorable Mention All-State accolades last season after posting 46 total tackles, 4 sacks, and an interception. Now, next week for Kaukauna, they're at Green Bay Southwest in another non-conference matchup against the FRCC team. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. That's the Ghosts. Brett, what can you tell me about Ashwaubenon?
Yeah, the Jaguars ranked 15th. They go down to 15 spots in Division III in the Wisports.net state preseason poll. Division III, by the way, interesting. And they're coming off a 3-4 showing in which they participated in the alternate fall season this past spring. We were up at Ashwaubenon for a game against Kimberly. Forget which week that was in the spring, but we've seen Ashwaubenon now a couple times in the past. The Jags playing in the Fox Valley Classic Football Conference. Again, that was the combined league this past spring between the FBA schools and the FRCC schools. Boy, talk about a gauntlet of a schedule. They dropped games to Pulaski, Appleton North, and Kimberly to open the season.
Ouch.
Then they finished, though, strong, winning 3 of their last 4. The lone setback, a loss to Appleton East in Week 5. So some good momentum for Brian Richkowski and his staff to build upon as they quickly transitioned, got back into, I think, their regular off-season schedule, their summer weight stuff, their 7-on-7s, and now here we go in August for Week 1. A couple of guys to keep an eye on from the outset, Ricardo. Quarterback Boone Kirst and lineman Josh Witt. All right, now Kirst, he's a junior, threw for 497 yards, 5 touchdowns in 4 games this past spring. He came on in place of the injured Cadian Vang, real talented quarterback that went down during the spring, unfortunately, for the Jags. Witt, by the way, is 6'4", 300-pound senior offensive and defensive lineman. He earned second-team All Fox Valley Classic Football Conference honors in the spring. And don't forget about, Luke Schrader.
Luke Schrader.
He's not here anymore, the fantastic senior. I believe state champ in the 300 hurdles, I want to say, maybe or maybe both hurdles. I can't, I'm blanking on that. But there's another senior wideout now for the Jags this season. Rhett Jonas figures to kind of take Luke's spot as one of the key receivers. He had 12 catches for 232 yards and a touchdown this past spring. By the way, Ashwaubenon, they've made the playoffs in every season since 1998. Again, we're talking regular full seasons. All right, I don't know if do you count last season as teams making the playoffs in the fall when it was kind of a weird setup. I know the WIA is putting it down, but I'm going with full regular seasons and kind of putting an asterisk on
Brett,
2020.
if the WIA puts it as a playoff,
That's the way it is?
that's the way it is.
Okay, I don't want to upset the folks at the WIA offices, but
Or
anyway.
at Ashwaubenon.
Or Ashwaubenon, too, yeah. The Jags home against Kimberly next Friday in a non-conference matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. as well. Notes will get a little bit more robust as we accumulate stats throughout the year. Hey,
Brett,
I want to – go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is – you were mentioning the weather out. It's just a tad bit warm.
It's toasty.
But it's going to cool off a little bit. But this is perfect weather. This is some of the best weather we've had on a season opener in some time, I think.
It's fantastic, yeah. And actually, you see Sunday's weather. It's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah, it's
in the
gorgeous.
70s, low humidity. I was going to take a bike ride this afternoon, but then I checked the real field was like 95, and the dew point was almost 70. I thought, no, I don't want to be a sweaty mess and deplete all my energy. But I got to thank our sponsor. We have a new sponsor this season and one familiar face back. So first, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. How about that? Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Family owned for 20 years, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or Cooney's, Cooneys, 0922 at sbcglobal.net. And the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Ricardo, there's still time to join the fun.
Yes, I know there is, isn't there?
30th running of the Community First Fox Cities Marathon presented by Myron Construction, taking place September 17th through the 19th. There's a safe race for every pace. Register today for the half marathon, relay marathon, the 10K, the 5K, or the kids events. Or you can join the celebration as a volunteer. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. So thanks to Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon. You'll see their logos soon on our scoreboard. Good to have them on board. We appreciate their support.
Brett, I'd like to squeeze in the starting lineups, if you don't mind, just so I make sure we don't miss these. We'll start with Kaukauna on offense. Quarterback Garrett Weinberg. Running back Hunter Natrop. Hey, Brett, check this out. They have 4 starting receivers.
Wow.
Look at that. Carson Sipple, Garrett Graff, Jacob Brockman. Oh, maybe it is just Garrett Graff because he has Garrett Graff listed twice.
Wow, he must be really, really
Heck
good
of a
then.
player. Offensive line, Brendan Kuski, Lewis Jupstrom, Carson Ernst, Jacob Corbell, and Mitch Verstegen. That's your starting offense. And on defense for Kaukauna, along the defensive line, Carter Knack, Jordan Luce, Wyatt Douglas, Gage Tomchek at linebacker. They run a 5-2, by the way. Will Campbell, and the other linebacker, Owen Broderick. In the defensive backfield, Owen Moss, Brendan Van Ayton, and Max Van Asten. And then he also has a couple of the captains, I think he must be listing as Lucas Ulrey and Peyton Miller. Kicker, you talked about Gavin Lamb, Brett, and Kyle Seafeld. They're both listed as a kicker. Seafeld also does the punting. So
and
that
Lamb, Badger recruit.
Yeah, so let's really quick switch over to Ashwaubenon. And Ashwaubenon, their starting offense at receivers, Rhett Jonas, Caden Van Dice. Is that how you pronounced it, Brett?
Correct, yeah, Van Dice, yep.
Van Dice. Along the offensive line, Avery Jobilius, Caden Yankee, Tanner Campbell, Ben Stino, Adam Newell, and Eli Zoller. I'm sorry, Eli Zoller is the third receiver. Looking at the running backs, at fullback, Reed Dieterville, Andrew Pluteman, and at quarterback, the aforementioned Boone Kirst. Interesting.
What do you think about Boone Kirst? You know, it was too bad that Van went down last spring. I think it was an ACL. But what valuable snaps that Kirst was able to take in a very rugged conference when you're talking about combining the FBA and the FRCC. So maybe he took some lumps a little bit, although I think he performed pretty well given the fact that he was thrust in there as a young sophomore. That's tough at that age to really get in, kind of hit the ground running. So taking those lumps, maybe getting some experience, getting some snaps. We talked about that in the spring when we were doing some of these streams. It's only going to kind of play it forward, you know, and really feed into this 2021 fall season and how these kids respond. And I think you're going to see some good things out of Boone Kirst.
Well, let's take a look at the defense for Ashwaubenon at corners. Trevor Secor, Rhett Melberg. Oh, we'll take a timeout on that as we do the national anthem shortly. Almost ready for kickoff here at Kaukauna High School. Hey, I'll resume with the Jaguars' defensive starters. Again, at corner, Trevor Secor and Rhett Melberg. Along the defensive line, outside linebacker Scott Caven, Charlie Anderson. And then the interior defensive line, Troy Dietzler, Cooper Rothau, Adam Newell. And also at inside linebacker, I should say, Zane Ruffin and Reed Dieterville. And the safeties for Ashwaubenon, Michael Nelson and Blake Thurduro. Again, my apologies if I mispronounce those names.
Well, I did get some name pronunciation, so I'll try to help you through this, Ricardo.
Theodoro.
Yeah, Theodoro is what I was told. Kaukauna was pretty easy, not too bad. Ashwaubenon had some tricky names, and in fact, one of the assistant coaches is like, you know, I got to go ask another coach too because I only call him by his first name. So we'll do our best as we get ready for kickoff. Hey, we got an old face in a familiar face in a new place, an old face, a friend of ours. I got to thank new Kaukauna Athletic Director Nate Werner for helping us out. Of course, Chris McDaniel, the previous athletic director. Chris has moved up to school principal here.
Yes.
And Nate Werner was at Appleton North for many years as the activities director, athletic director. Now he's here at Kaukauna. Great to see those two guys. They're fantastic at what they do. There is the Galloping Ghost, Rosie, so get ready for that. Great tradition here at Kaukauna home football games when the Galloping Ghosts rides out onto the field. Yep, flips the game ball to the official. But great to see Nate here. I told him, I said, Nate, it's weird. I'm used to seeing you in blue and gold, and now here you are in orange and black. So, but we got to thank Nate and Chris for making sure, Jeff, the IT guru, making sure we're all set up with that as well. And always a good time. I know Rosie feels the same way when we come out to Kaukauna High School. They roll out the red carpet for us, so we really do appreciate that. Love being here. Plus, it's just down the road from where I live. Not too far away. And come to find out, Nate and I live in the same community.
That's very...
So we should hang out.
How it's such a small world.
Nate, if you're watching the replay of this tonight, we should hang out sometime. I'm not that bad of a guy, despite what Ricardo says.
I speak truth, my friend.
Appreciate everybody watching tonight. We're streaming on postcrescent.com, also Green Bay Press Gazette.com, both Facebook pages, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. And as we watch the Galloping Ghost come on out, let's see if it whoa! The ref got it. Good hands by the official. Yeah, he's putting both hands up, Rosie. Did you see that? That was a rocket from like 2 feet away, and he showed some good hands to catch that thing.
Good tradition that they've had here at Kaukauna for a long time.
That official's, I think he's getting a little congratulatory remarks from the Ashwaubenon coaching staff. That's some pressure.
Brett, that's kind of, remember your old Bayorgian field?
Yeah. I think that the official's heartbeat had to be racing as the Galloping Ghost got really close. Hey, by the way, we got a great deal on a digital subscription, both to the Post Crescent, Green Bay Press Gazette, actually all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. For the next 6 months, you can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1.
$1?
So please, we'll talk a little bit more about it, but go to postcrescent.com/subscribe and greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe as well. You can't beat it. And there's our Coonies and Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard up, ready to go. We've got the subscription details also running below on the scroll. Ricardo, we are underway week 1. How do you like it?
Love it as that kick goes into the end zone. And Carson Sipple will let that kind of go and become a touchback as the Ghosts will begin on offense.
I'm going to quiz you on that. What was the first play that we saw in the opener of the 2021 season? It's a touchback.
Is that what it was?
It was a kickoff, right?
Oh, right, okay. I thought for some reason I thought you meant last spring.
You've already forgot.
I've already forgotten. Brett, I am getting up there in the age.
Speaking of age, the last time these two teams played, 1999.
Oh, wow.
I believe that was a level 2 game that Ashwaubenon won. I've got the details, but it was a pretty close game. So here we go. First offensive play of the game coming up for the Ghosts. Ball at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw their first.
Wide open.
Wide open.
This might be a score. An 80-yard score to start the game. How about that for the Ghosts? Little play action, Ricardo, and Hoffman wide open over the middle. And you know Hoffman, he's got the wheels.
Brett, that took a whole 11 seconds off the clock. I'll update my Twitter, by the way. You can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie, as Seafelt will be on board to kick the extra point. I think we were both shocked at that, Brett.
I was shocked at how wide open he was, number one. And then, you don't see that every day. One play, 80 yards. That's how the 2021 season starts. But the kick is blocked. Some good penetration up front by that Ashwaubenon special teams unit. So PAT no good. But, hey, 11 seconds into this one as we look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. Goes up 6-0 on the 80-yard strike from Garrett Weinberg to Noah Hoffman. remember seeing Noah Hoffman last fall, Ricardo, as a sophomore. He came in and did some really nice things in the running game. He's got some wheels, and really nice play fake to get him out as a receiver. You know, everybody's keying in on him. He comes out, leaks, nobody's there to pick him up. Throw was actually a little bit underthrown, too. He had to adjust the ball a tad, but still a nice ball by Weinberg. And little pitch and catch for the quarterback and the wideout. Once he got it, he kind of had to avoid the official who was standing in the middle of the field, and he was off to the races. Nobody was going to touch Noah Hoffman. 80 yards on the score.
Heck of a way to start the season for the Kaukauna Ghosts. And you talked about it. They the last 3 years they've been the postseason. The full years, 2018, 2019.
Ooh, now how about
Here's
this?
that
Wow.
lamb.
You can see why he's going to Wisconsin to kick. Boy, the FBA has got some kind of a little bit of a pipeline for Paul Chris in that kicking game, right? The Nina kid, Van Dyke.
Van Dyke is there, yes.
And then now seeing Lam as well.
Well, the Jaguars.
Well, here's my question first, though, Ricardo.
Okay.
You see the offensive unit in front of the huddle TV. What are they looking at?
It's good film. Big smiles.
It's one play.
Yeah. So now Ashwaubenon starts down 6-0.
I'd love to know what the coach is saying. What's he breaking down?
4 receiver set for Ashwaubenon. And that pass incomplete. Cursed.
That number 81, Caden Van Dice, the intended target there. 6'1", junior wide receiver. You mentioned Kaukauna kind of in a run now. This program's on the rise. Matt Binsfeld has done a really nice job. His 6th season here, had great success at Wrightstown. And now we're going to see Brian Richkowski in his 3rd year with Ashwaubenon. He's trying to build something too. All that success at Little Shoe. We'll talk about both coaches. Takes time though, and especially in 2 really good leagues like the FEA and the FRCC. That's number 33, Ricardo running.
Pludeman.
Andrew Pludeman, the senior wide running back.
Yeah, he takes that out to the 27.
Boy,
and boy, real quick on 3rd down.
Fumble.
Pludeman fumbles the football.
Yep. Who's got it? I think the Jags fell on it, but it's going to be 4th down coming up, and decision time right away for Richkowski and the Jags.
Oh, they gotta punt this from this place. From this spot on the field. Be 4th down and 2 at the 28. Nearing the 11-minute mark here, just underway at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Ashwaubenon and the host Kaukauna Ghosts. Of course, also punting as Sipple.
Great bounce.
Yeah, takes it
to the 21.
That's where Kaukauna will start its 2nd drive. Again, their 1st drive. If you're just joining us, 80-yard touchdown pass from Weinberg to Noah Hoffman on the game's 1st play.
But mentioning Binsfield, 6th season, Ricardo's Kaukauna's head coach. Previously, the co-head coach at Wrightstown, then eventually became the sole coach, but helped lead the Tigers back in 2011 to a Division IV state championship. Alma mater is here at Kaukauna. Brian Richkowski, mentioning him, a 2003 Bayport grad, played collegiately at Whitewater, but a lot of success at Little Chute, led the Mustangs to a 53-19 record, playoff berths in all 6 seasons. Division IV state runner-up finish in 2014. So 2 coaches that know how to build programs. Brett Weinberg, we're looking over in the middle again.
Brett, plenty of time for Weinberg. I think that's got to be concerning for Ashwaubenon as we start here.
And that was Nolan Hall now over the middle. I think not only plenty of time, but I'd be a little bit worried about the back end of that defense. That's another one that if that's caught, that he might be off to the races and celebrating another touchdown.
Second down and 10.
Richkowski also guided the Mustangs to state semifinal appearances in 2 other seasons. The Jags, of course, a proud tradition, Ricardo. A lot of state championships under the great Ken Golomsky. Low snap.
Look at Weinberg making plays.
Yeah, a good decision here.
Takes it out to about the 34. They're going to mark it at the just shy of the 35.
Weinberg, 6 feet, 181 pounds, junior, but seeing his athleticism, that was a little bit of a low snap. And then you're seeing not only the ability to escape pressure a little bit, but then his decision-making on top of his athleticism. Play was a little off schedule, didn't force anything, saw a lot of green coming towards us, and gets a first down, ball at the 35.
Yeah, Brett, last season he played one game against Plymouth and led the Ghosts to the victory in that one.
Well, we mentioned that with Ashwaubenon and Boone Curse, but some of these guys last year there's a good little run by number 4. That's Hunter Natrop, but same with Kaukauna. They got guys that were in last fall. They were in the mix, getting some playing time, like Noah Hoffman, for instance. So these guys kind of getting battle tested. One of those years we'll always look back on and think that was a little odd. But getting some valuable snaps, valuable playing time, and it bodes well for, I think, both of these quarterbacks, both still young, both just juniors.
Second down and 3 from the 42 for Kaukauna. Weinberg, look out. Some pressure, able to evade it and do it again on the other side.
Looking downfield.
He's got Sipple wide open. Oh, he fumbled.
Oh, out of bounds.
That's still a catch, though.
Oh, and then I think Weinberg, is that him down in front of us? Did he take a shot? He's up, though, number 9, but what a throw, and again, off-schedule stuff. Good communication and chemistry between Weinberg and Sipple. It was just kind of a scramble drill at that point and lofted a nice pass. And when you got Sipple, Ricardo, you can throw it deep because he's got the wheels. He can get under it. That would have been a touchdown if he held on to it. But instead, they're going to mark it at it's inside the 15, I think. Looks like a ball at the 14-yard line.
44-yard pass play.
But again, how about the athleticism from Weinberg? Looked like he was going to get stopped for a sack and showing the good footwork to get out of trouble.
Finley Doriot in at quarterback now for Kaukauna, the sophomore. Heard good things about him.
Oh, boy.
Look at that.
Big hole on that right side. And now getting back to the line of scrimmage quickly, ball at the 3-yard line. See big old number 61, Brennan Kuski, the center. And what do we have here? I think Ashwaubenon wants a timeout. Looks like that was Brian Richkowski. He's still got some wheels. He got down there fast to call that timeout.
See, I'm trying to see where Weinberg is. I see him on the sidelines there. Looks like he has his helmet on. He's ready to go back in, but
that's a good move by the coach. Just make sure he's okay. You don't want to be messing with obviously any sort of concussion stuff. So probably just checking him over, making sure everything's good to go. But give Finley Doriot, the sophomore, credit. Number 15 coming in. He's ready to go, prepared, and ball at the 3-yard line. First and goal coming up, I should say.
Yeah, Weinberg, a junior. Brett, I was talking to Bensfeld the first day of practice. Said, it's a good competition between him and Doriot. Now, obviously, Weinberg comes in with the experience, and he ended up getting the starting nod. But they feel really, really good about the sophomore, Doriot. 6'1", 165 pounds, the sophomore.
Weinberg now back in, Ricardo. So good to see that he's fine. Nothing wrong with some competition, right?
No.
Push each other in a friendly sort of way here. So
we get that with the competing
easy. And that's a quick little pitch and catch. 3-yard touchdown to Hunter Natrop.
I'll update my Twitter. Again, follow me at PC Ricardo, Rosie at Metal Rosie, and Brett at PC Brett C.
So second touchdown pass of the night by Garrett Weinberg. We've got number 33, Gavin Lom, in for the PAT. And Lom drills it through. And as we look at our Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear and Fox Communities Credit Union, or Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. Slip of the tongue there, I apologize. 13-0 Kaukauna over Ashwaubenon. Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Still time to sign up for Many of their events, the full marathon is full, unfortunately, Ricardo, so you won't have a chance to run 26.2 miles.
That's unfortunate. I was right there, though.
Got to thank Coonies as well. That they got us all appareled out. We got our brand new polos on tonight. And I know as the weather eventually turns a little bit cooler, they're going to have us with some jackets. And Rosie loves that kind of stuff. So, Ricardo, 2 offensive plays, 2 touchdowns for the Ghosts, making it look pretty easy on that end of the field.
Yeah, 2 offensive series. I agree with you, Brett.
Yep.
If you're Binsfeld, you got to love the way, not just your offense, but your defense with the 3 and out as well.
Come out with some pace, aren't they? Playing fast.
Whew, that was number 5, Reed Dieterville-Kaler. Where will they place that? Just past the 25. Ball's at the 27. And Ashwaubenon finds itself down 13-0 with 10:01 left in the first quarter. Brett, we've only played 2 minutes of game.
I know. I was just thinking about that myself. And what do we have here? Offsides against the Ghosts. So 5 free yards coming for the Jags. Yeah, it was good to see some of our media counterparts and Doug Ritchie from Fox 11. Always good to see Doug. Didn't get a chance to say hi, but this is their game of the week. Doug does a good job covering the prep scene for Fox 11. See a couple cameras down there, so you'll see some Ghosts and Jaguars highlights tonight. But be sure to check out our replay. If you want to watch this game again on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, too. Just go to YouTube or Google USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube. That audience is really going up, too, for us. So we appreciate everybody's support in watching our high school Game of the Week live streams. The first of, hopefully, 13 straight for us.
That's the plan.
And then we'll take a little bit of a breather and go right into hoops. Let's talk hoops. I know you like to talk hoops.
No. Curse with 3 receivers.
Watch out. Oh, nice catch.
And a nice tackle. That was Owen Moss, Brett, preventing that from being doing any more damage on the pass reception. We have a player down.
Yeah, the receiver who caught it is down. I didn't catch the number. High throw by Curse, but boy, he was getting pressured pretty fast there by number 95, Gage Tomchek, the junior defensive lineman. So had to get rid of that ball quickly. That's number 11 for the Jags. That's Rhett Jonas, the senior, showing some good hops to grab that one.
3-yard gain, Brett, and a first down for Ashwaubenon.
Quick 13-0 lead for the Ghosts. 2 offensive series, 2 touchdowns. One of the series, a 1-play, 80-yard hookup. There's some good time for Curse, and he finds number 15, Preston Poole, a senior wide receiver, and that's another first down. And Ashwaubenon now getting a little bit of a rhythm, moving the chains, and past midfield, ball at the 49-yard line.
14-yard gain on that one. Nice placement by Curse.
This is what Ashwaubenon needs now, because we've seen that Kaukauna offense can they got some explosive players. Maybe a nice, slow, methodical type drive, bleed the clock here a little bit, and if you're an Ashwaubenon fan, hopefully get into a bit more of a rhythm, punch one in, and cut that deficit down a little bit. See what happens here is Curse fires right over the middle. And that's Jacob O'Neill now. So again, rhythm in the passing game. And what I like out of what I'm seeing with Ashwaubenon, Ricardo, getting the ball out of his hands quickly is Boone Kirsten. Now right away, they're ready to snap this ball to the offensive line. So playing a little bit of a hurry-up type offense. Look at this. Nice run right up the gut. That's number 33, Andrew Pluteman.
Yeah, gain of 8 yards and the first down, Brett. So nice little drive by Ashwaubenon. This is exactly what they needed going down by 2 scores.
And yet playing hurry up, but not overly fast. You know, they're definitely up the tempo. Now they're going to go in the huddle, slow it down. They got the first down, so I like how they're changing pace here a little bit. And you're really starting to see Kirst get into a rhythm and that confidence starting to go up. A little play action going to go right over the middle. Nice catch. That's number 81, Caden Van Dice. Ball at the 15. Decisive Ricardo is Kirst right now too. Knows where he wants to go with the ball and not hesitating, letting it sling.
Yeah, receptions of 16, 14, 9 on this drive for Ashwaubenon. So Kirst doing a good job. And also doing a good job of using all of his receivers.
Now what do we have? Some more laundry. See what the call is.
Saying it's against Ashwaubenon. At least you see the defenders for Kaukauna.
Nice to see some fans too. A really good crowd here in front of us tonight. Beautiful evening outside. Always wonder about those houses across the way, how they like a Friday night, the Friday night lights.
It's got to be exciting though to have that right across the street, Brett.
Trying to go to bed in those big old lights shining in your windows. Actually, I take a lot of bike rides through here. Real nice little neighborhood back.
Doesn't one of them have a fire sometime?
Yeah, Rosie was wondering about a fire. I think we have seen some people with a fire pit in their driveway watching the game here. Nice neighborhood back here in Kaukauna. Kirst now looking left side. Pretty good coverage. Intended receiver Ricardo. That was number 13, Jacob O'Neill, but number 6, Owen Moss, the senior or junior safety, making it tough to come down with the catch. So second down and 15. You know, and here's the thing. We were just talking about the good pace, the good rhythm, but it only takes one penalty to kind of
short circuit.
Yeah. And now facing a second and long here is Ashwaubenon. And again, that's number 33 right up the gut. That is Pluteman.
Gain of about 4 yards for Pluteman. Third and a long 10. Brett, Kirst, by the way, 4 for 6 for 42 yards.
On this drive?
No, overall. I'm sorry, yes.
Okay. Third and 11. Ball at the 16-yard line for Ashwaubenon. Watch out.
Look out.
Whoa. Ball's tipped in the air, but boy, there was some good pressure. Is that a blitz coming for Kaukauna? Was that number 51, Wyatt Douglas? But I didn't see who else was with him, but a lot of pressure on the front side as Kirst had to get rid of that ball fast. And fourth down now. It looks like Ashwaubenon's going to kick.
Yeah, 33-yard field goal attempt for the Jaguars.
Number 80, that is A.J. Ewell, the sophomore. And gets it through. Nice kick by Ewell. 33 yards, and Ashwaubenon now on the board.
Nice long drive for Kaukauna, or for Ashwaubenon, sorry. See if I can count up the plays. 11 plays and 73 yards with a 33-yard field goal. I'll update my Twitter on that Ewell field goal.
There's our guy Dan Powers, our photojournalist. He's on the track there, Rosie. He'll be taking pictures tonight, so be sure to check out his photo gallery later tonight on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. Dan, of course, one of the best in the business. Same with Bill Glasheen. I don't know where Bill is tonight, but I'm sure he's out at a game. And you're going to see a lot of great images in that photo gallery, so be sure to check it out. Dan's done it all. Guessing he'll be also at the Packer game tomorrow night, both he and Bill Glasheen. The Packers take on the Jets. A little bit of a tie-in with that game, the Packers-Jets, with this game tonight. We'll talk about that here in a little bit as well.
I'm not sure if both are going to be there because I did see on my Facebook that Sammy Madar will be there.
Oh, okay.
She was talking about that was her first game. She's the photojournalist at the Green Bay Press-Gazette.
Good for her. There's Sipple from the 4. He's got the wheels. Looking for a block. He's got some space and still on his feet. Watch out! Watch out! He gets around here. Off to the races. Let's see if the Jags get out. There's going to be a block. No, you can see number 4. Fans don't like it either.
I thought he got in front of that. That was Nate Trop.
Yeah, they're going to say block in the back, but you might be right, Ricardo. That might have been a little bit more on the shoulder. In fact, maybe in front of the shoulder.
He positioned himself. That's why I said it was a great block. And obviously the officials don't think so.
Well, he was right in front of the official, and he didn't waste any time throwing the flag. Although Nate Trop, during the play, had his arms out like, what did I do? You could hear the crowd, the Kaukauna crowd in front of us also voicing their displeasure. But
well, Brett,
it's coming back.
Yeah, Sipple got it down to the 23 of Ashwaubenon, showing off great athleticism as we'll see. Now, the flag is at the 47 of Ashwaubenon. That means it's a 10-yard penalty from there.
They're going to call it a blindside block.
Whatever that is.
The official mic'd up tonight. That's always good as well. So we'll see where the Ghosts offense will end up setting up. That's too bad, but Sipple is exciting, and he, as you mentioned, Ricardo, he's got some wheels. Finished second in the Division I 200-meter dash at the WIA State Track and Field meet in June. Crossed the line in a time of 22:43. That was an all-FEA first and second place finish. His counterpart, Sam Blaskowski of Oshkosh West, finished first in that race with a time of 22.22. So Sipple, a medalist in the 200-meter dash, and you can see a little bit of that. He can turn on the jet. So some speed with this Kaukauna offense. And there's Nate Trop. He's looking for some space, and look at him kind of zigging and zagging his way to a first down.
Brett, and that Blaskowski won 3 events that day and came in second in another.
Yeah, he was our boys track and field athlete of the year in the recent Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show. That actually ran June 30th. It was all virtual.
I was going to say
event.
That wasn't that long ago.
No, you can actually just
6 weeks.
You can go on our website and find some more information, including an article about all the winners. But I would imagine we're going to start thinking about next year's show pretty soon. As Nate Trop. Actually, that was a second down run. Now it's first down. Yeah, there'll be a quick turnaround. I would imagine come September, I'm going to be getting some emails about planning for next spring's show. Let's hope we could no more virtual, huh, Ricardo?
Okay.
Let's do this live again.
I'm down with that.
Hopefully we can maybe have it at the Lambeau Field atrium. We'll see.
That's what I'm hoping is the case.
We'll see what happens. It's not my decision.
I think the fans prefer it that way.
I do. I 100% agree. But Sipple, he's dangerous. Nate Trop, I mean, now you hear Hoffman with a nice little run up the gut. And that's the thing, too. You look at Nate Trop, 6 foot, 188, and then you have Noah Hoffman, 5'11", 164. Not the tallest, biggest guys in the world, but they can get low and really make it tough for the defenders because they can hide and they get that low center of gravity. And you saw with Nate Trop, if you're a defender, you want to go at him, but he's got such quick footwork.
Yeah.
It's tough to just you're tackling air sometimes.
In the perimeter, he's very dangerous, and I think there's a lot of guys for Kaukauna that's like that. We saw Sipple really making magic happen on that kick return. Sipple's in the game, by the way. So we're looking at a 4-receiver set. Sipple in motion. Quick toss over to Sipple.
Sipple, watch out. Pretty good job there by number 4, Michael Nelson, the junior defensive back for Ashwaubenon, to get out there pretty fast and had a pretty good angle at Sipple because I thought there was going to even be a little bit more for Sipple on that. Still, you've seen a nice little mix of pass and run by Kaukauna. They really got Ashwaubenon on its heels right now defensively.
Yeah, I really like that play design by Kaukauna. Really kind of freeing up Sipple to do what he does best, and that's catch and make a man miss out in space.
1st and 10 for the Ghosts. There's Hoffman. And not a whole lot there. I think it was big old 76 for Ashwaubenon. I do not see a 76 on the roster, though, so can't say who that is. But
ooh, the phantom numbers.
Yeah. Well, I know Kaukauna, they've got a roster where they actually have multiple same numbers, like two number 14s, 2 number 26s.
That's good when you have great numbers.
Little toss to Hoffman. He's got space on that far side. Good pursuit, though. That'd been number 4 coming in at the end. Again, Nelson, but had some help. So
well,
third
good
down.
pursuit, but I think that play was the timing was off on that pitch, and that allowed the defense to recover. 2-yard gain for Hoffman. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 from the 25 for Kaukauna.
Not sure if the folks can hear it online, but WIR, Wisconsin International Raceway, just down the road here. Boy, it echoes sometimes when you hear those cars. Must be fun on a Thursday night for these residences as well, huh? It's a little loud for the Thursday Night Thunder here in Kaukauna. Weinberg, wide open. Still on his, oh, look at this. Hoffman, is he in? And he's in, 25 yards. 3rd and 5.
Good job by the receiver out there to not get the penalty, Brett, on a possible block in the back. And Hoffman able to do his thing, catching that in space again. You got to feel good about that. When you see your guy with all that green in front of him.
3rd touchdown pass of the night for Weinberg. Seafelt now on for the PAT. And that one is good. So with 3:44 remaining here in the opening quarter, as we look at our Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard, the Ghosts now up 20-3. And Ricardo, if I'm not mistaken, that's 3 offensive series and 3 touchdowns for the Ghosts.
See if I can add up Weinberg's number so far, Brett. Very impressive.
I was just even wondering total offensive yards right now as well.
Yes. I have Weinberg unofficially 4 for 5 for 158 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Kaukauna overall in the first quarter, Brett, so far 221 yards of total offense. .344 left here in the first quarter. (20-3) lead as Kirst can't hang on to the ball. That's number 81, Van Dice. Boy, Ashwaubenon finds itself in a tough spot here, Brett. You're not completely out of your game plan yet in terms of like running the ball because you're down 3 scores, but they need to do something here on offense, BC.
Well, we'll see if they can kind of build off of that last drive that was looking pretty good until that penalty stalled it a bit, got a field goal out of it, but now here you go, Ricardo, 3rd and long. Really good pursuit by that Ghost defense. You know it's going to be 3rd and about, 13, 14 coming up for Ashwaubenon. The defense is going to pin its ears back. They know it's a passing situation, and we have seen some pressure from the Ghost defense, so we'll see what Richkowski has dialed up for the Jags and Boone Kirst.
Yeah, 3rd and 14 from the 16. Kirst back to throw.
Watch out. Oh, screen.
Played pretty well by Kaukauna. Gets it out to around the original line of scrimmage.
That's tough. I mean, you want that defensive pressure to come to set up that screen, but that still pushed Kirst back a little bit because that pursuit was coming pretty fast. So 4th down, and the punt team will have to come out for Ashwaubenon.
Great games thus far by the Ghost defense. Again, they have Campbell up there at linebacker. They just got a lot of active guys. I'll read off that defensive line again for Kaukauna. Carter Knack, Jordan Luce, Wyatt Douglas, Gage Tomczyk. I think we talked about Campbell and Broderick. It's a heck of a defensive line and linebacking core. Kicked out of bounds, I would say wisely, Brett, given Sipple's return abilities.
And his speed, yep. So 4th offensive possession, 3 for 3 so far for the Ghosts. Can this Jaguars defense, we're talking about their offense, see if they can get something going, but this defense has got to come up with a stop right here. Still 2 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
Brett, early score, Beaver Dam up 7-6 over Menasha at the end of the first quarter.
Interesting.
See if I can pass along any other scores. If you're out there and you're watching another game or listening to one, let us know. We'll try to pass along scores as we hear them or get them on Twitter. 1st and 10 at the 39. Kaukauna's offense has been just spectacular in big plays and grinding out some yardage. That's Nate Trop up the middle.
That might be a horse collar tackle, too. We'll see what the call is. Horse collar or face mask is my guess.
It's a 2-yard gain for Nate Trop. Let's see if they're going to add on penalty yardage. It is a face mask. Good eye, Brett.
So what you don't want to do with that, if you're Ashwaubenon, a team that's red hot offensive, is to give them 15 free yards on a face mask penalty. So looking good for the Ghosts. They'll be set up now in Ashwaubenon territory. Still 2:05 to play in this opening quarter. I got to ask you a question. You look at both teams now. Kaukauna played in the fall. They played a fall schedule. Ashwaubenon played in the spring. So I'm wondering the differences as far as off seasons. Kaukauna had a traditional off season.
Yeah, and
Ashwaubenon did not.
Right, and I think Ashwaubenon might still have a few lingering injuries from that spring season. As Weinberg.
Oh.
That was intended for number 85, Quinn Buchinger.
Well defended. Michael Nelson, number 4. We've called his name quite a bit. He just about swatted that away. Didn't see who was in on coverage. That could have been picked off as well. But that's got to make a difference, right? When you're Kaukauna, you're a football player. When you played in the fall, you had your regular workouts. You could play your other sports. Ashwaubenon got done in May, and quickly back into summer-type workouts, and then all of a sudden here you are at the end of July, early August, fall camp starts, and you don't get a whole lot of a break.
Second down and 10, penalties. Yeah, according to Richkowski, they had several season-ending injuries in the spring that affected several guys in the fall. He does have Dietzler and Ruffin coming back from injury last year. I'm not sure if Josh Witt is out there, but he was one of the kids injured in the spring for Ashwaubenon.
Yeah, so last season, which wasn't that long ago, affecting
3 months, basically a little over 3 months.
Yeah, affecting this season already for Ashwaubenon. Makes it tough. And Weinberg looking for some space, finally wrestled down inside the 45.
Gain of 7 yards, 3rd down and 8. I'll tell you what, Brett, Ashwaubenon, if they're able to hold Kaukauna here, that's a win for them. As we see number 50 going off the field for Ashwaubenon.
I would think even if Ashwaubenon holds Kaukauna here on 3rd down, I have to believe Kaukauna will go for it on 4th. I think they feel very good about their defense.
He
and
can run
way
that.
Too much screen on that side. Look at Weinberg using that athleticism, those wheels, and he got more than enough for the 1st down inside the 30. Well, you could see that from then. A flag on top of that at the end of the play. Let's see what this is all about.
16-yard run by Weinberg, and Brett, you thinking that, there's a clapping from Ashwaubenon, so it might be a possible hold late. We'll see where they mark this, or what the call is, I should say. It is a hold on Kaukauna. And the ball will be marked at the 36. And that makes it, they end up gaining about 4 yards on that, Brett, so it brings up a 3rd and 2.
So 3rd down again for the Ghosts, but a nice run by Weinberg. Gives that defense something to think about. He just isn't going to sit back and pick you apart with his arm. And that Nate drop, he barrels his way to the 30, so that will be enough to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs coming for the Ghosts. We are under a minute to play. Been a long first quarter. It's already quarter to 8, and we're still in the first quarter.
Ball will be placed right at the 30. I think Kaukauna will be able to run one more play, Brett, at least.
Of course, this live stream, the first of a whole bunch of live streams coming up. We're really going to start ramping up here in the next couple weeks. We'll talk about Varsity Roundtable again, don't we?
That should be returning in early September, we're hoping. Oh, flags all around, Brett. And that's a touchdown, but we'll see. That's Nolan Hall, sophomore receiver.
I think that's coming back. I could see number 61.
That's Kusky.
His arms were out. Say, what did we do? What happened? And you can see the Ghosts are heading back. And illegal procedure against the Ghosts, so that negates that 30-yard score to Nolan Hall.
Makes it 1st down and 15 at the 35.
Pretty good strike, though.
It was. Nice pass. And Hall is a sophomore. So when I talked to Binsville, he said, "Yeah, we got a lot of young players, a good sophomore class." And I think some of those sophomores are, and you see him coming off as Hall. They got to feel pretty good about the near future, especially with Weinberg, a junior, at quarterback. First and 15.
We got the snap off just
did.
before the clock expired. Again, Weinberg.
Look at that sidearm.
Good tackle there by number 22 for Ashwaubenon, Jacob McVeigh, and that's how this first quarter, a long first quarter, will finally come to a close here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. 20-3, the Ghosts on top. Gives me time to kind of catch up, folks, on what's coming up next week. Right now, tentatively scheduled, we will be at Calder Stadium in Menasha as the Blue Jays take on Neenah. The rivalry, Ricardo, resumes. Should be an entertaining non-conference matchup. And let me just say, folks out there, we set our live stream schedule when it comes to the football back in the spring.
Yes, we did.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Just in case there's another outlet that might happen to be there at the same time. It's just the way it happens. That doesn't mean things could be subject to change as well. We'll see how it all plays out. But instead of asking why we're doing something they're doing, maybe we should ask why they're doing something we're doing.
Exactly.
Just saying, but we can all get along. There's room for everybody. But, yeah, that's going to be coming up next Friday, week 2, Nina versus Menasha at Calder Stadium. Also, we got the first Clubhouse Live. Season number 13 will kick off on September 13 with number 13. So lucky number 13 for us. Green Bay Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard will be our co-host again. The intention right now is to go back in person, so we're looking forward to getting back into the remodeled Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill inside the Radisson Paper Valley the Paper Valley Hotel in downtown Appleton. They're changing names again. It was Red Lion, but so September 13th at 6 o'clock. Weinberg, he's got a receiver. Touchdown. Wow. That's Sipple from 32 yards.
Having himself quite the half.
That's the 4th touchdown pass of the night already for Weinberg. Good job by Sipple. He was the defender was doing all he could just to stay with the speedy Sipple. Sipple had the eyes as Lam boots it through, makes it 27-3. But Sipple was able. He eyed the ball. He had it in his sights the whole time. He could play where the ball was. The defender, that's tough. His back is to the ball. He's just trying to stay with the receiver. So good job. Nice throw, but I thought Sipple did a really good job, Ricardo, of recognizing where that ball was going and adjusted and made a nice catch. So that is his first touchdown of the night. Talking about Carson Sipple. So far, touchdown passes of 80 yards, 3 yards, 25 yards, and 32 yards by Garrett Weinberg. The 80 and the 25-yarder were to Noah Hoffman. The 3-yarder to Hunter Natrop, and now we just saw the 32-yarder to Carson Sipple. 27-3. Kaukauna all over Ashwaubenon here in week 1.
Yeah, so I can get you those updated. Well, we know he's thrown 4 touchdowns. I have unofficially, so Brett, he's thrown 4 touchdowns. Has Weinberg. He's 6 for 8 for 193 yards.
Ooh, that's efficient.
And Kaukauna has scored on every one of their drives.
Four for 4. Again, folks, go ahead, Ricardo.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to mention again our deal, digital subscription to the Post-Crescent, Green Bay Press Gazette, and all of our sites. Next 6 months, $1. $1 for 6 months. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. The e-edition, which is a digital replica of the print edition, is also included. Subscribe now to Post-Crescent, postcrescent.com/subscribe and greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe.
Woo!
Can't go wrong. Please support local journalism, which includes our Varsity Game of the Week live streams.
Tomczyk swallowed up that run for Kaukauna. Nothing doing for Pluteman. No gain for Pluteman. 2nd down and 10 from the 20. And again, we've stated this before. The Jags need to get something going here on offense.
Deep downfield.
He's got him.
Wide open. Beautiful throw. Look at this. Off to the races. That's an 80-yard score.
That's Jonas.
Rhett Jonas from Boone-Kirst. Right along this near sideline. Beautiful rainbow throw by Kirst, Ricardo, and hit Jonas in stride.
I don't know if he could have thrown that any better, to tell you the truth. I think that was, you're right, Brett, totally hit Jonas in stride. And then good speed from Jonas because Kaukauna has some good perimeter defenders there, Brett. Well, you talk about Jaguars needing a big play, and that was big.
Not only, just a score, but something to kind of electrify that sideline a little bit. You can see them all just fired right back up, and we'll see if that gets them back into the game. Kick is good by, I believe that was number 80, A.J. Ewell. And with 11:08 remaining in the second quarter, we had a lot of scoring so far in this game. That's the fifth touchdown of the night combined, and then we also have a Ashwaubenon field goal. But the first touchdown of the night and the season, an 80-yard strike. Boone Kirst to Rhett Jonas. And Jonas showing off those wheels as well. But to finish that thought on Clubhouse Live, guys, that's September 13th. We'll review how the Packers fared in that Week 1 matchup against the New Orleans Saints with Alan Lazard. Check it out live in person at the Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton at 6:30 every Monday night during the Packers season. And you can also watch it live at our Facebook page, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live, our Packers News Facebook page, our YouTube channel. Just Google Clubhouse Live and you'll have many options to watch the show live. You can even ask questions in real time. We'll have prize giveaways. We will be safe.
Absolutely.
So there'll be some health and safety protocols in place, but looking forward to getting back live after a virtual season last year.
Now, Brett, did we say that we were going to was it going to be a preseason show?
No, there will be no preseason shows this year.
Okay.
We just decided to give ourselves a little extra time, and hopefully this latest wave will kind of subside or stay relatively flat. We'll see how that goes. There's a pooch. I think it might be an offsides on the kick. And then Varsity Roundtable, Ricardo. I know that we didn't do any Varsity Roundtable shows last year. That's our weekly high school sports show, but I think the plan is maybe to kind of ease back into that as well.
Absolutely, and I've already talked to some potential guests, and they're very excited to come back on the show, Brett.
Yeah, we'll have to go over how that's going to work as well, but looking forward to getting that back in person. And again, we can start that slow, ease kind of back into that. Normally that show generates, we'll have full teams in our studio,
yes,
but might have to wait on that for a little bit anyway. But yeah, that'll be fun. And then are we going to do an RV podcast this year or what? Or are we just,
well, yeah, that's going to be
been canceled now?
No, I mean, I think I talked to you in the office about this, that we were planning to have it alternating between an R&B show podcast and then every 2 weeks, and then the other week will be a little bit of a one-on-one with coaches, athletes, and other, I guess, prep-related kind of folks. Kind of like more in-depth interviews, Brett, called one-on-one.
Okay. When are we going to start doing documentaries like 30 for 30?
Might have to.
Or like the Behind the Music series. Maybe we could do something controversial like that in our streams. The time when you threw me against the wall in a fit of rage,
yes,
and it almost broke up the stream team.
I'm a very peaceful man. I don't have to resort to violence.
Look at that shot of the moon tonight here over Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Rosie in mid-season form catching some of those great shots.
Attaboy, Rosie.
Well, great field position for a Ghost offense, Ricardo, that hasn't been stopped. Look at this, ball at their own 48-yard line.
.11:03 left here in the first half. Give up the middle to Natrop. Two-yard gain for Natrop. Second down and 8, just past midfield. I've been really impressed with Kaukauna's ability to really, first off, hit big plays, but I think Coach said, they were young in some spots along the offensive line, but I think they've been doing a pretty good job. Obviously, Kuski's the standout there, the center. 10:20 left here in the first half. Weinberg going deep again. Brett, he has it, just overthrew him. Weinberg's hopping up and down knowing he missed that. Could have had his 5th touchdown of the half, Brett.
Quinn Bookinger was the intended target there, the 6'3" junior wide receiver. And, yeah, that was Bookinger has some wheels, too, but that was a little too far out in front. So 3rd and 8, coming a big spot in this game here for Ashwaubenon. Maybe get a stop here, get the ball back, be the first defensive stop of the night. We'll see what Binsfield and crew have dialed up here on 3rd and 8.
Empty backfield for Weinberg. Look out,
Whoa.
look out.
Boy, nice job of stepping up into the pocket. Oh! Nearly a great catch, nearly an interception all at the same time. That was
Natrop, and then that was Michael Nelson.
Yeah, we've called his name a few times. 4 defending 4. And look at this. The Jags get a stop, but how about Weinberg stepping up into the pocket, eluding that pressure? So we've seen him do some different things back there, along with Boone Kurse. I think we're seeing some pretty good quarterback play here tonight from the juniors.
We'll see what Kaukauna's going to do here. Oh, it is going to be a punt. Okay.
Yeah, you have Jonas back at the 10-yard line to receive this punt. Fair catch by Jonas. Nope, they got a nice Ashwaubenon bounce there. Didn't scoot in. Well, maybe not. Maybe it would have been better, right, to scoot into the end zone you'd have at the 20. Instead, that was a great kick by Kaukauna. Kind of stopped right when it hit the turf. Ball's going to be at the 13-yard line. Nice play action. Kurse rolling on the run. Nice catch. That was number 81, Caden Van Dice.
Yeah, just past the first down marker too, Brett.
Tough throw, right-handed quarterback going to his left, but really nice job by Kurse to get the ball out and move the chains.
11-yard gain.
Yeah, ball to 24.
9:45 left here in the first half. 27-10 lead for Kaukauna. Look at that, nice spin move.
Yeah, Pluteman. Nice looking running back. About 4 yards on that run, ball at the 29-yard line.
Now that moon's looking fantastic out there, Rosie. Look at that. 2nd down and 5 for Ashwaubenon, down 27-10. Kurse. Low, too low. Incomplete.
Yeah, looking at Kurse, he wants that one back too. He had Jonas open.
There you go, see a nice shot of the old moon.
That's not quite a full moon yet, is it? Just about.
Yeah, just a smidge. I think in a day or two, maybe. Does it become full?
I don't know. Boy, you see sometimes those sunsets when we were having that smoke from the wildfires coming through here earlier this summer. With just a red sun. Third down, ball at the 29-yard line. I guess 3rd and 5 is official.
We have a penalty. That's offsides.
I think it's on Kaukauna, isn't it?
That puts them. Is it a first down? It's very close.
Yeah, they're going to move the chains.
First down, yeah.
Check out this Ashwaubenon schedule. So tonight here at Kaukauna, then next week against Kimberly. Week 3, West De Pere. Week 4 at De Pere. And they've got that Hammond kid who's a nice looking quarterback.
Week 3 at De Pere, and then
no, week 3 home against West De Pere. Then
West
week
De Pere,
4 at De Pere. Week 5 Pulaski.
That is a murderer's row right there.
And then Preble, Southwest, and West. That's the Green Bay schools, and then they close at Bayport. Bayport.
Had a big win yesterday.
They did. They had a little bit of a struggle against Middleton on Thursday night, as Pluteman wrestled down. Second.
You know who struggled a bit yesterday? I was a little surprised. Was Muskego at Wisconsin Rapids.
Muskego now how many in a row? Is it 37, 38 in a row?
Yeah,
they won?
and I'll say this: Rapids is supposed to be a little better this year, but
maybe Muskego
they were a team that really struggled last year.
So maybe Muskego. I mean, they've had some great great players graduate in recent seasons, obviously, but
second down and 12.
They'll be in the mix as far as getting to Madison and winning another state championship. Pluteman looking for some space and
breaking tackles.
Yeah, pushing his way past the 35-yard line. So third and manageable now coming up for Ashwaubenon.
Ball's going to be placed right at the 37. So a gain of 5 yards for Pluteman.
You look at Kaukana's schedule at Green Bay Southwest next week, and then a big one in week 3 at Appleton North. And you got weeks 4 and 5 taking on both Oshkosh schools. North on September 10th and then West on September 17th. So
yeah, I felt pretty good about Kaukauna making a run for the playoffs for the 4th straight year. Good job by Kurse there. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty.
Is that grounding or roughing the passer?
I don't know if that's grounding.
That was Owen Moss.
Oh, it might have been grounding. He was in the pocket, Brett. You're right. Good call.
Owen Moss there. I didn't see anything too crazy, but we'll see what the official calls here. It is grounding call. Moss was all over Kurse. So 4th down now coming up. Yeah, after week 5, and then it gets a little tricky for Kaukauna. They're at Fond du Lac in week 6, home against Neenah week 7, at Appleton East week 8, and then Kimberly week 9. So that's a tough closing schedule. But remember, I believe Kaukauna then drops to Division 2, so they'll be battle tested, assuming they make the playoffs.
Yes.
Going against some of the more heavyweights of the Fox Valley Association.
Oh, punter goes down. No penalty, it appears. 7:06 left in the first half. So Kaukauna has scored on all but one of their drives. Ball will be placed at the 42. See if we can dig up some more scores here, BC. Again, Twitter, follow me at PC Ricardo, Rosie at Metal Rosie, Brett at PC Brett C. All right, Appleton North is up 28-7.
They're going to have an explosive offense. Got a lot of pieces back. We'll be streaming that Week 4 game between the Lightning and Kimberly at Papermaker Stadium, just down the road. Can't wait to check out that one. I'm guessing that's going to be a game that'll attract a lot of attention. Got most of the weeks set up so far, but again, they're subject to change. We're going to do Fondy and Kimberly Week 7. We got a Little Chute Wrightstown game in Week 6, De Pere Bayport Week 5.
Mosinee up by a point over Stratford at the half, 7-6.
Wow, that's interesting. Weinberg, he's keeping it, and he's got space. And he's got the first down.
Good awareness by Weinberg.
Read it well, didn't he? Saw it and took off, no hesitation.
13-yard gain for Weinberg.
Drop back, the illusion of maybe a pass to get that defense loosened up, especially in the back end, and finds that crease in that first
Kimberly,
level.
14-9 over Stevens Point at the half.
Wow, interesting.
Point has a new coach.
And in a recent coaching change as well, Pete McAdams stepped down this summer. So interim coach in place for Spash and Panthers, who have struggled in recent seasons, giving the Papermakers a little bit of a run.
1st and 10 right at the 45 of Ashwaubenon for Kaukauna. Empty backfield as Weinberg.
Oh, he thought about it.
He did.
Good decision just to take what he had rather than try to force a play. So about 3 or 4 yards on that little bit of a scramble. Kimberly is another team. Obviously, we're thinking could have a big season. They return a lot of pieces offensively. Maybe
some key pieces, maybe the best receiving duo in the state.
And Polakowski and Winnick. Yeah, Pendleton is a 3-year starter now at quarterback. But that, you look at Apple North, Sheckelman, Martini. They've got some stout receivers as well. You've seen a lot of offense maybe in week 4.
Check this out at halftime from Fruth Field. Fondy up 7-6 over Marshfield.
Wow. Well,
maybe the Valley Football Association is going to be a little better this year.
Well, we will talk about the kind of the revamped conferences here as the game goes along as well, both in the FBA and now the VFA. But
by the way, that Appleton North score, they're 28-7 over Franklin.
That's a good game.
That's a good team and a good program. So we have a timeout with 5:54 left here in the first half. 27-10, Kaukauna with the lead.
Well, Fond du Lac, obviously a very good program, but not maybe at the level that we saw this past spring when they had Braylon Allen and Kyle Waljasper.
I don't care who you are.
Incredible.
When you lose 2 players like Waljasper and Braylon Allen, you're going to take a hit.
Yeah.
Those guys come every 2 or 3 decades, those kind of players. Yes. Hey, Menasha, update here. They lead 13-9 over Beaver Dam.
Okay.
4:04 left in the first half.
Sometimes these week 1 scores not really truly indicative of how these teams are going to end up. A little bit of an adjustment period as Hoffman shifts the ball to his outer arm, a little stiff arm, and he's got the first down.
He was so patient. He kept kicking it out further and further, Brad. I think he did that about 3 times, changing gears.
I'm just salty that Braylon Allen reclassified. We could have had another season of him.
He was done. He was done with the high school level, my friend.
I was reading a pretty good article by our colleague Jeff Patrikas down at the Journal Sentinel about him and Hunter Wooler, the Muskego standout now. They're freshmen, true freshmen at Madison's roommates, and that Braylon Allen's got a lot to learn with his playbook now, shifting to a Badger running back, and probably a little bit of an adjustment period for him too. Fumble, and I think that's Ashwaubenon's ball.
It is.
So the first turnover of the night goes to the Jaguars, and that defense now 2 straight stops, forcing the punt, and now a turnover.
5:42 left. Brett, when you're down by this, you're looking at anything you can get to spark that team. And they have the long pass play, the 80-yard pass play. Now, hopefully for Ashwaubenon, maybe capitalize on this. Nice lengthy drive to end the half, and then you can score a touchdown. You're down by 10.
Well, we'll see what Boone Kirst has in store for this offense as he takes a snap, little handoff. I think that's Pludeman. Good pursuit. 39 and 42. 39 is Tyler Jazeski, and 42 is Will Campbell. The safety and the linebacker combining to bring down Pludeman. A 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11.
Campbell's 6'2", 232, one of our Elite 11. Rosie.
Campbell?
Yes. I can't remember. But that's coming out on Monday tentatively. So please check out for that.
Do you have the list memorized? Can you go right through?
I don't know if I have the list memorized. I have to look on my phone. I have it jotted down somewhere.
Kirst swings it. Nice catch, but good tackle. The catch was to number 81, Caden Van Dyce. The tackle, number 21, Brandon Van Asten, the senior safety, getting in there fast. So a big stop now potentially for this Ghost defense as the clock continues to run here in the second quarter. Ball will be at the 34-yard line, 3rd and 8.
Other than the long pass play, Kaukana's defense has been playing really smart ball, wouldn't you say, Brett? They haven't allowed big plays other than the pass play. They've been filling the gaps, been very physical. There's a rush off the left side. Look at Campbell saying he got held.
Nice catch and beautiful throw on the run. That's a first down to Jonas. Well, let's see. It's going to be close. Maybe it's a little bit shy.
Yeah, they're marking it.
They might have to measure this one.
Oh, bro, I think you got to go for it if you're Ashwaubenon.
I do too. Well, they're going to put it right at the 42.
Good spot.
Yeah, now they're going to back it off the 42-yard line. So they're going to be 4th and inches.
Wow.
Pluteman dives. He might have been stopped. I think he stopped. I think he's short. And you can see the Kaukauna coaching staff celebrating. He got tripped up. He lost about a half a yard, Ricardo. That's a turnover and downs.
It's close, Brett. I don't.
No, they're giving it to Kaukauna. So a big stop. I like that Ashwaubenon going for it. It's 4th and inches, and it was a quick snap.
This is going to sound like Monday morning quarterback, Brett, but you have short yardage plays, and I don't know. I felt like there's 3:48 left. But I'm not a coach, as you well know. So 3:48 left, and Kaukauna, that fumble doesn't hurt them.
Deep. Sipple just overshot.
Six for 11, 193 yards for Weinberg.
Good little play fake. And a pass to 85, Quinn Bookinger. And that's a first down.
Well, if you're Kaukauna, plenty of time here, Brett. See a little police action going on. Oh, taking off pretty fast there. First down and 10 at the 29.
Hopefully everything's okay.
Hoping that's the case.
Natrop, big space on the right side, bounces. He's still on his feet. Watch out, and he is in. Raising that hand up. A 29-yard score by Natrop. And the 5th touchdown of the night for the Ghosts. So turning that turnover in downs and a good stop by the defense, they turn that into quick points. With Kyle Seafelt out now for the kick, the PAT. And Seafelt is good. Boy, how about that? I mean, Kaukauna got a pair of nice kickers. And with 3:10 to go here in the second quarter, a quick look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard shows Kaukauna up 34-10 in this Week 1 game.
So yeah, Brett, I think they've scored on all but two of their all but two of their offensive drives.
Yeah, heck of a night so far for this Kaukauna offense, and a lot of quick strike drives too. They're not methodical marches by any stretch of the imagination. They're pedal to the metal tonight.
Brett, I think this half has lasted 3 hours. So we have a penalty on this kickoff. It doesn't look like anything was changed there, though. So 34-10, Kaukauna in the lead.
Ooh, that's a weapon. You're forcing teams, Ricardo, when you can kick it out of the end zone or into the end zone, forcing touchbacks every single time. 80 yards to go every single drive, basically, for an opposing team. That's tough at the high school level.
Absolutely.
It's tough at the pro level.
See the Ashwaubenon crowd trying to get their team pumped up. First down and 10 at the 20.
All day for Kirst. And a little too high on that throw.
A lot of plays in this game, Brett.
Be sure to stick with us halftime. I want to catch everybody up on some of the stories that Ricardo has been working on. Some good stuff there. Maybe talk a little bit about something I had out. Actually, I just had a message about it. Which number 4 is number 1?
Yeah, very entertaining story there, BC.
Well, not according to one Facebook commenter, but that's okay.
You always remember the negative ones, don't you?
I just wonder why people have to be so mean nowadays.
Brett, it's the trolling culture now.
Why?
Gotta troll.
Maybe people need to stop doing that. Just stop doing it. Why do people
That's
have to do
what
that?
I've been telling you.
I don't troll anybody.
No, you don't, but it's like that one Kaukauna security officer of yours, friends. He's always trolling. The troll, whatever. Security
He's
guard,
a good
police,
guy.
Whatever.
He's
whatever
having
he
some
does.
fun with you.
He's a troll. I don't even know who he is.
Well, you do now.
Well, I do, but I don't.
We're going to see him in a few weeks.
I don't care. I mean,
he just rips on your Bears. That's not troll.
No, he rips on me. He rips on me.
Facts.
I'm like, I don't even know who you are.
Speaking of your Bears, how's your rookie quarterback looking?
If he can survive, he'll be okay. With their mishmash offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line might be a little bit of a weak spot for the Bears this year.
It's been a weak spot the last couple years. As we have a procedure penalty, and that ball will be put back to the 15, 3rd and 15. Brett and Ashwaubenon just having some problems so far.
Yeah, 3rd down and 15. Kaukauna defense gets a stop, and you're looking at really good field position. That's another thing. It's, as far as field position, what those kickoffs can do. You know, Kaukauna defense gets a stop. Presumably, you're going to get that ball near midfield, and that offense has basically been unstoppable tonight. See what Kirst can do here on 3rd down. He's got time. He's looking for a screen. Oh, nice little move.
Yep.
And now you set up, at least you give yourself a little bit of a space, and you flip somewhat field position. You're going to push the Ghosts into their own territory. So 4th down. They're lined up to go for it. And they are going for it. 4th down. Kirst, big play call. Swings it and got it. Wow, there you go. I suppose if you're Brian Richkowski, you're thinking, we're down 34-10. We got to try to make something happen. And Reed Dieterville Kaler with the reception.
Yeah, takes that out to the 42.
So there's rolling the dice, showing some guts there on that.
Pass plays of 12 and 15 yards the last 2 plays.
And a nice job by Kirst, Ricardo, to stay calm. Big 4th down play and delivered a nice ball to Dieterville Kaler. Watch out. Ooh. Kirst got it out just before he was about to get hit. Good job by that defender to lay off, though. 2nd down and 10. Long first half.
Very long.
Ooh.
We're not going to get out of the first half until 8:30.
I hope I saved enough hours.
Yeah.
Try to manage the hours here at the end of the week.
And what about Rosie?
A lot of passing, a lot of scoring. It's like training camp for us, Rosie.
Look out.
Watch out, Kirst gets away, and he's going to run. He's got a whole lot of room. Good decision, tucks it in, and a big run inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. So good job by that sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, he just got away from Will Campbell Kind of came on a delayed blitz there, Brett.
Showing his athleticism and wheels as well, and smart decision making. So he's doing some really nice things in this drive, including that big 4th down pass moments ago.
15-yard run. So he's had a pass, 2 passes of 12 and 15 yards, and then the 15-yard scramble for the first down. First down and 10 from the Kaukauna 43. 2:04 left in the first half. Plenty of time. And the Jags have all 3 of their timeouts.
Kurst tucks it in again, and look at that little stiff arm. Look at that little run, Shifty. Plows some guys over near the first down sticks.
It's 9 yards. I think he'll be short one by 1 yard.
Yeah, but good scrambling ability, and he can make guys miss too. Second down coming up for the Jags. Kurst doing a lot of good stuff on this drive. Swings it wide open. That's Jonas near sideline, and he's brought down. Clock will stop to reset the chains.
Ball be placed right at the 25. This will be big for Ashwaubenon if they're able to get a score here, Brett. Look out!
Nice. Wow.
That time Campbell didn't miss him.
No, he didn't, and I think let's see if Kurst can get back up. He took a pretty good shot there. Richkowski out. I think he could call the timeout and make sure, stop the clock, obviously. We're under a minute of play, but also make sure his quarterback's okay.
Really looked like Campbell was shot out of a cannon there, Brett.
Oh, I guess.
Really made up some ground there on.
Where's he going to school
Kurst.
next year?
Oh, I had that somewhere. Why don't I know that off the top of my head? Brett, I'm still in summer mode. Great kid, though, when he came in for the Elite 11 photo video shoot.
I thought it was kind of interesting when I left the office one day and the Springs kid was there.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah, he was coming up for the shoot.
Yeah, I kind of was like looking up at him. Let's see why he's going to be playing at the next level as well.
Yes.
Did well in the
They did
scrimmage
well in the
against East.
scrimmage, yes.
Yeah, Billy, what is his last name? Schroff? Playing for the legendary Bob Hyland down at St. Mary's Springs. Coach Hyland back for another season, Ricardo?
He is.
And his hat. His hat has a Twitter account.
It does.
Second down and 16 for the Jags. Kurst. Almost picked off. Wow, that was number 21 for Kaukauna there. Brandon Van Asten, the senior safety. .48 seconds to go in the second quarter. A lot of scoring in this one, 34-10. The Ghosts with the lead. Great to be back. Great to be back at it. And always enjoyed coming to Kaukauna. A little swing pass. Was that a fumble?
Wait, I think it is.
Yeah, because
Brett.
that was behind the line of scrimmage. And you know what? Ashwaubenon is probably lucky that there were no Ghosts around that number one, Ricardo. That was Andrew Pludeman. But number two, Pludeman heard the Kaukauna staff screaming because it was right in front of their bench, and then quickly pounced on that loose ball. So fourth down coming up.
Oh, that's a devastating loss there, Brett. I mean, that's a loss of 19 yards.
I'm not sure why the clock has stopped. Did the Ghost call a timeout, or what do we got here?
4th and 35.
Kaukauna did call a timeout with 39 seconds to go, but Pluteman, good awareness after listening to that coaching staff on Kaukauna screamed that it was a fumble. Yeah, beautiful night, week 1. Let's hope we have – the goal always for us is to go through the first 9 games of the regular season in shorts.
That's very lofty expectations, but I like your way of thinking there, my friend.
We've done it a couple times. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sometimes we get some really nice warm days in November, but it seems like the last couple of state semifinals we've done at Titan, Kimberly and Abilene North, Kimberly and Bayport, have been very, very cold evenings. That's a long ways off, though.
It is.
Live in the moment, as they say, and enjoy each week as we have them. And a fun matchup featuring.
Oh,
watch
high
out!
snap.
High snap. Kirsch is going to have to fall on that one. Is he going to try to pick up and punt it? Let's see if he can get away. And he just falls down. And look at this, Ricardo. Ball at the 11, 12-yard line, and look at this field position with 31 seconds to play. Kaukauna thinking, let's put another 6 on the scoreboard. And go into the locker room with a big lead and a chance maybe to even get running clock here in the second half. It wouldn't be running clock if they score another touchdown. It's got to be a 35-point lead,
right.
But this has the feel of one of those games.
And I think they do. Don't they get the ball in the second half to start?
So ball first and goal at the 10. Weinberg swings it, and just like that, that's a touchdown to Natrop.
Yeah. That's 5 touchdowns for
that is. And
Weinberg.
Third touchdown of the night for Natrop. He's got 2 receptions, a 3-yard hookup in the first quarter, and then you just saw there the 10-yarder, and then also a 29-yard run, but 5 touchdowns on the night for Weinberg. 80 yards, 3 yards, 25 yards, 32 yards, and now the 10-yarder. And just waiting for the PAT that's into the Kaukauna night there as Gavin Lom crushes that one, and with 28 seconds to go. All Kaukauna in this week 1 opener, 41-10 over Ashwaubenon. Wow.
<clears throat> Just updating my Twitter. Follow me at PC Ricardo, Rosie at Metal Rosie, and Brett at PC Brett C.
Expecting this tonight, Ricardo?
No, not at all. I'm very surprised at the way this game has unfolded. Now, not that Kaukauna is doing good things on offense. I thought that they had some solid guys there, especially at the receiver and running back positions. They really, have some talent there. And Weinberg came in with a little bit of experience, but he's really shown that he's obviously matured, Brett, over the past year, and he's having himself a heck of a half. He's just a junior, people, 6 foot, 181-pound junior.
I'm impressed with Kaukauna's speed. (41-10), a 31-point lead. Quick 6 on the board, and the PAT makes it 7. So a 31-point edge. One more touchdown, Ricardo, and it is running clock in the second half.
Well, halftime, Appleton North's up 28-7 over Franklin.
Wow.
And trying to see if we can find some other scores.
How about Appleton East this year? I'm hearing some good things about the Patriots.
Well, they are, like I said, brick by brick trying to build a solid foundation. As we see a nice run there. that Pluteman?
It is. That might be all Richkowski and the Jaguars want to see this half. I can't imagine they're going to stop the clock here. Nope, they're going to let it run. Well, they did stop the clock. Now they're going to wind it up again, and I don't think Ashwaubenon is in any hurry to snap this ball. Hey, can you hear the Kaukauna fans in front of us giving the Ghosts a big round of applause at a dominating first half as we do hit halftime, 41-10.
Yeah, let me see if I can get these stats tabulated.
Again, thank you to our sponsors, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's. They customize products specifically to fit their customer needs. Family owned for 20 years, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is available. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS0922 at sbcglobal.net. And our friends with the Community First Fox Cities Marathon, there's still time to join the fun at the 30th running of the Community First Fox Cities Marathon, presented by Myron Construction. Takes place September 17th through the 19th. There's a safe race for every pace. Register today for the half marathon, relay marathon, 10K, 5K, or the kids events. Those are still open. Spots still open in those events, or you can join the celebration as a volunteer. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. Halftime here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium, and a quick look at our Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard shows the Ghosts leading the Jaguars 41-10. Ricardo, what do you have?
Yeah, well, for Garrett Weinberg, his unofficial first half stats, 8 for 13, 216 yards, 5 touchdown passes.
It's a good day.
And we have Kimberly updated score 21-9 over Stevens Point. Incredible performance by Weinberg, and boy, they got to be tickled with excitement here in Kaukauna because, again, you saw the speed, Brett. He has receivers to work with. It is not just simple. They got the young receivers that are big and rangy. I see some guys there that kind of look a little bit like that McHugh from last year, who was a big target, remember?
It'll be interesting to see how the Ghosts grow as the season goes on. As I mentioned, their schedule favorable in the first half, gets very tricky in the second half when they're going to face some of the juggernauts of the Fox Valley Association. But no doubt a program that continues to get better and better each season.
And we'll talk about Campbell being an Elite 11 player, Brett. I'm going to run down our Elite 11 if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
This is our preseason All Fox Valley team. Had the kids in for the photo video shoot a couple weeks ago. Jim Rosandick has finished those videos, and they look great, by the way. He has a nice little old-timey feel to it. Leather helmets and such. Rosie did a great job. I'm going to read off these Elite 11 now. They're supposed to be out on Monday or Tuesday, we're hoping. So it's also a print element as well for it. So it's going to be a digital showcase online and then a print element in the paper at both the Green Bay Press Gazette, the Appleton Post-Crescent, as well as the Oshkosh Northwestern and Fond du Lac.
The Fox Valley.
The entire Fox Valley. So here we go. Brett, you're going to know some of these names, my friend. Jaden Montgomery of Bayport, one of the Elite 11. Heck of a player going to Iowa.
And the son of...
Is it Jerry?
Jerry Montgomery, the Packers defensive line coach.
Matt Young, the Neenah defensive back quarterback, sensational player, son of Steve Young, the Neenah coach. Max Rader, Green Bay Notre Dame offensive lineman. He's a North Dakota State recruit. Unfortunately,
he's hurt right now.
He's hurt. Yeah, I don't think he'll play this season, but he's one of the 11 players. Drew Mears of FVL. We saw him play last year. 25 touchdowns, 2,145 yards. That's great numbers there in the NEC. We talked about Will Campbell, the linebacker for Kaukauna. Wesley King, Appleton North. Typically a defensive lineman, the number 1 rated defensive lineman in the state by WisSports.net. He told me, we put that down, he's playing offensive tackle as well for Appleton North this year. Caleb Renard, De Pere linebacker. Great stable of linebackers De Pere always seems to have up there. And Isaac Vandenbush of Luxembourg Casco, another Northeastern Conference guy, Brett, running back for the Spartans. You talked about him before. Billy Schroth.
Yeah, there he is.
St. Mary Springs, defensive lineman, one of the top players in the state, top recruits anywhere. I mean, Notre Dame, it's a litany of powerhouse schools that are after him, Brett, or that were after him. And I know that, is it Wisconsin he committed to? I want to say, is that true?
For Billy?
Yeah. Or maybe Wisconsin is, Wisconsin is who he verbally committed to.
There you
Owen
go.
Polakowski, the Kimberly wide receiver, big play wide receiver. Devin Arriaga, Menasha offensive lineman, returning all-region pick by Wisconsin Football Coaches Association. And Menasha, as you know, Brett, they always seem to turn out pretty good offensive linemen over there for Jeremy Core's squad. So that's our Elite 11.
And the rules for the Elite 11 have to be seniors?
Have to be seniors.
And only one per school.
And only one per school, because we have so many football players. It's tough, because theoretically I could make, like the last couple years anyway, the entire Elite 11 team out of Kimberly,
Fondy.
Bayport, Fond du Lac.
Yeah.
But we try to spread out the wealth
Throughout the Fox Valley.
throughout the Fox Valley and Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Our Elite 11, again, coming Monday. So be sure to check that out.
Are there videos for each player, or just?
There are.
Okay.
Rosie put those together. They had a great time coming in and doing that. I want to thank them all, too, because some of them had like Billy, he had to come up from Fond du Lac. So great stuff.
Kimberly now up 28-9.
Yeah.
Just got a text from our colleague and friend Mike Cruz. Kimberly up 28-9. I think you just said that right over Spat.
No, they were up 21-9, so they scored again.
Okay, so Kimberly's now starting to flex its muscles against the Panthers.
Outstanding again.
Sometimes those week one games are strange. It takes teams to kind of, a half or so to sort of get going, and then they hit their stride and get back into a routine. And
I've been really impressed with Kaukauna.
yeah,
And not just the offense. Yeah, of course, 5 touchdown passes. That's a wow factor in the first half. But the defense has played pretty well. They allowed the one big pass play that kind of got Ashwaubenon going just a little bit. That was to Jonas, I want to say. And but other than that, they've been pretty steady in terms of shutting down. In my opinion, I think what soon will be a fairly potent Ashwaubenon offense. Now, Brett, you mentioned they have a very tough schedule the first 5 or 6 weeks. It's incredible who they go against. And it's unfortunate, Brett, because I don't know if they're going to get a true gauge of what kind of team they are.
yeah, and some of that has to do with kind of the reshuffling of the Fox River Classic Conference. And again, we can talk about that as we get into the second half. But yeah, again, after tonight, Ashwaubenon is home against Kimberly. That's obviously no picnic. West De Pere home against the Phantoms. That's no picnic. Then at De Pere, and the Redbirds are on the rise. They've got that nice-looking quarterback. I think he might be a junior this year. Is it Gabe Hammond, I want to say?
Yeah.
And the Redbirds took down Bayport, stopped that long conference winning streak of Bayport. And then week 5, Pulaski. So Kaukauna, Kimberly, West De Pere, and Pulaski. That is a tough 5 weeks to start. But that seems to be the case a little bit when you think about the Jags. I mean, look at last year. To open the season, I should say this past spring, Pulaski, Appleton North, and Kimberly all in a row. But they did have some, I think, double-digit leads on Pulaski and then Appleton North. So, hey, Richkowski, he built, took Little Chute to another level and did some great things down the road here with the Mustangs. And it's going to happen at the FRCC. He'll get the Jaguars. I mean, football tradition at Ashwaubenon. There's plenty of gold balls in that trophy case. The Jaguars with Division II state championships in '96, 2000, 2001, and '05, all under the Hall of Famer, Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Hall of Famer Ken Golomsky. And I have no doubt that can be revisited again. They're in a great spot. They have nice facilities, turf field. I think there's even been talk about possibly adding one of those indoor facilities that we're seeing. Kimberly, I know West of Pier has a brand new indoor facility. So the bones are certainly in place at Ashwaubenon to kind of take this back to that level eventually, but it takes time.
To what their glory years with the Stecker back in the day.
Again, folks, the plan for now is we'll be at Calder Stadium next Friday night in Menasha as the Blue Jays take on Neenah. It used to be a yearly rivalry, but not anymore. So the rivalry resumes. That should be an entertaining non-conference matchup. Kickoff is set for 6:4 or live coverage. I should say. I'm in preseason mode right now too. 6:45 p.m. live coverage. And you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And don't forget about that great deal on a digital subscription. Do it right now, folks. It's halftime. You got time. Post Crescent, Press Gazette, any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites for the next 6 months. You get all the benefits included with that digital subscription for just $1. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day. And the e-edition, which is a digital replica of the print edition, that's also included. So folks, please help play a vital role in supporting local journalism that you and your community can trust. Learn more details and sign up at postcrescent.com/subscribe and greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe. Can't go wrong. 6 months, $1.
Brett, we have some mosquito friends in here.
Yeah, mosquitoes have been getting a little tough in the recent weeks. My wife and I, sometimes we like to sit outside, and we have to retreat in as the sun goes down. They get nasty.
Come for a little feeding.
I don't know about you, but I seem to have reactions to different types of insect bites, and that includes mosquito bites, especially early on in the season. I get big welts.
That's usually the case when you get a little older in age.
Well,
let me let folks know what I have coming down the docket here. Actually, Rosie and I, along with the help of Mike Sherry, back at the office, also are putting together the terrific 10 girls volleyball team, all Fox Valley. And we'll have that out next week or the week following, right, Rosie? We can get those out there. So that's our All Fox Valley Girls preseason volleyball team.
No longer than Sensational 6?
No, we had to up it because we expanded the coverage area to include Green Bay, Oshkosh, and the Fond du Lac areas.
I see you guys have unveiled like the top 64 football players, and top.
That's right. And I am also doing, we've done that, golf, soccer players, cross-country runners, all that stuff's coming up. I also have, the football players, Scott Vency, our friend up in Green Bay, is putting that together. And I have, it's well over 100, the top 100 or 106 or whatever.
Wow.
Girls volleyball players in the state.
That's a lot of players.
It's a lot of players, and they're all fantastic. A lot of them are Division I.
So how do you recruits. Go about figuring that out?
Well, I use a lot of resources for that, and one of them is our friend Chris Fitzgerald from PrepDig.com.
Yep.
Just going off all state teams, that kind of stuff too.
Isn't he now an assistant at Notre Dame? I thought
he
I saw
is an
that.
assistant at Notre Dame. I think he's one of the JV coaches there.
Green Bay, Notre Dame, yeah.
He's been a tremendous resource, but I think when you're looking at a sport that's ascending, it's girls volleyball in terms of the athletes and the Division I prospects. It's been outstanding, especially in our area. Most of them are Division I caliber players, so look for that in the coming weeks. Along again with the top players to watch and our digital showcase, the terrific 10. This past week, you can still look for it on postcrescent.com. Top 10 story, or not top 10, I should say top storylines entering the high school football season. I also, if you can too, if you go to postcrescent.com, if you go into the sports and varsity, you should be able to find my story on Sam Klein, the Kimberly. Should have been their starting center this year, but he has leukemia. He's battling that. He's a senior this season, and how
are things looking for him?
Good. I think the prognosis is good in terms of him beating it and living hopefully a regular life.
Good.
Talked with him at length along with his mother, and that's a good story. So if you want to check that out again, check that on postcrescent.com. Sam Klein and his battle with leukemia. He got a nice boost from his team, also from Coach Steve Jones and Lucas Jaden, their book, The Twin Thieves. He donated the sales of the early sales of that book toward Klein's expenses, because that can be a costly thing, when dealing with leukemia. So those are the things that I have coming down, and hopefully this weekend, or it will be this weekend, is our wrap up. Kind of look around the area and see how our teams did opening night yesterday and Friday. That should be online sometime tomorrow. So look for, I guess, reaction from the first weekend of football.
Here we go again, right?
Here we go. But Brett, I'm excited to have the Packers show on again.
Yeah, I can't wait, and can't wait to get back in person, and can't wait for you guys to see the remodeled clubhouse.
Well, I saw the windows finally for the first time.
The windows are back, so you can actually see from inside the clubhouse outside to College Avenue.
I don't know what Red Line was thinking. They wanted to make it like some sort of like the Bat Cave. They didn't want any outside sun in. And
not sure what the reasoning was, but it looks much better having those windows open. And
who's the architect wizard who thought up that one?
But yeah, it's going to look different. It's going to look a little bit more modern in there, and not that it was always a cozy feel, but I can't wait. And some new technology, and maybe even a new look as far as our backdrop goes. Might do the more digital TV look versus hanging a curtain. But it's going to be fun. So we did the virtual last year for obvious reasons, and now it's time to kind of get back at it, and we'll make sure that we adhere to all the health and safety protocols as we kind of slowly ease back into a more normal pace. And but Alan Lazard's going to be awesome. He's excited. He had fun doing the show virtually last year, but he's a people person. He wants to be out and seeing people, not face to face. You got to be careful with everything that's still going on, but you can still have interaction, and that's what he's going to be a guest or a co-host that fans are really going to take to and fall in love with, I think.
No doubt about that. Very affable guy. And I think you and I are both expecting a solid season from him this year.
Yeah, a solid season from him, and another solid season from the Packers. They should be the class of the NFC North again, and one of the contenders. How about the run Wisconsin sports teams are having right now? The Bucks, NBA champs. The Brewers, an 8.5-game lead going into tonight, although Rosie just showed me they're losing to the Nationals at American Family Field, but still a big lead in the NL Central. The Packers are a Super Bowl contender. You got the recent MVPs of Yelich, Giannis, and Rodgers. Now Giannis today, the announcement that he has joined the ownership group of the Milwaukee Brewers. You got Rodgers, who's a part of the ownership group of the Bucks. I mean, what a time. As I tweeted a couple days ago, these are the salad days of, I don't think these three sports teams, talking about major sports teams in the state, the Bucks, the Brewers, the Packers, I don't think they've ever been this good at the same time.
I agree.
Ever.
No, that's true.
I mean, you think about the 70s, the Brewers stunk. The Packers stunk. The Bucks were really good. They won their lone championship, went to 2 finals, had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Bucks were pretty good in the 80s. The Brewers obviously had that run from the late 70s into the early 80s, made the World Series, but the Packers were garbage. And then you had those lot of garbage years for the Bucks and the Brewers when the Packers have become good. Now suddenly they've all come together, and you never know. I think the Brewers are equipped to get to the World Series this year. I really do, and I think they have.
It's interesting they're doing all that with the very subpar year from Yelich.
Yeah, but to give David Stearns a lot of credit, he has brought in some good pieces in that lineup that made a lineup of very few weak spots, if any. And then, of course, that pitching staff has been one of the best in baseball. When you got Woodruff, Peralta, Burns, who's a legit Cy Young. You got the back end of the bullpen and Boxberger, Williams, and Hader, and they're built. They're built to make a run. And then, of course, the trifecta, as you know, Ricardo, much to your chagrin, the Packers definitely have the look of a Super Bowl team again.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see.
It's good for business.
It is good for business as long as they get to the championship game and do their Nosedive as we always get used to.
Keep in mind, folks, Ricardo is a big Bears fan and a Cardinals fan.
Yes.
Wow.
No, yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan, so I think it's nice to see the Brewers finally win. You know,
Brewers had a chance to sweep the Cards, had a 4-1 lead, and then all heck broke loose. O'Neal, he blasted a 3-run shot, and I forget the other guy, Lars something. I forget his Newt something. I don't know. He hit a home run. The Cardinals are not a likable team. A lot of smug.
Like I've said throughout the entire time we've been doing this, they are the Packers of Major League Baseball. Everyone thinks everyone likes the Packers. No one likes the Packers outside of Green Bay, people. Believe me.
Same with St. Louis Cardinals.
Believe me, I know as a Cardinals fan, everyone hates us. It's because we win.
You got that Bader who's always got that little cocky grin on his face.
I don't disagree with you. And
even when they're getting spanked.
I know that Yadier Molina is a big old pain in the butt. I know this. You know, everyone, all the St. Louis.
Arenado can kind of get like that a little bit.
All the St. Louis dorks, we think Busch is just the mecca for baseball. You know, we're insufferable. I agree. Oh, again, Lamb is just such a luxury to have at the high school level.
Yeah.
Legatron there.
34-9 now. Kimberly on top of Spash, so the paper makers doing what they do. Thanks to, again, Mike Cruz. He's part of the stream team. Big supporter and our colleague. It's a great job of getting us these sponsorships, so thanks, Mike. And worked with Cooney. He's got us all outfitted, except for you.
Except for me.
Where's your top?
I don't know. Maybe he don't like me.
He only had time to do 2 today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very nice.
So
very convenient.
Ashwaubenon opens the second half with the football down 41-10. And, boy, if you're Brian Richkowski, what do you say? Just, hey, let's
build something
going into next week. And again, going against a tough Kimberly team, you just have to put some drives, stack success, right, as they say.
5-yard game. Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to score a 40-point touchdown here, you know. So let's chip away at this and try to make a good representation of ourselves in the half.
And if you're Binsfeld, you're saying keep the gas on, right?
Right.
Let's get this to a running clock and let's put this away quickly because, number one, you don't want to – you had a great first half. You don't want to go into the second half not feeling good about yourself going into week 2. But, number 2, get this game over with as quickly as possible. Avoid any sort of screwy injuries.
Well, yeah, and I think Binsfeld knows this. Great teams keep that high energy level going. Mm-hmm. They don't relax. They put away their foes. And that's the culture he wants to build here at Kaukauna.
Well, let's see. 3rd down and a chance to produce a 3-and-out for this Kaukauna defense, get that ball right back to a red-hot offense. Let's see what Boone cursed. He's looking downfield and kind of knocked away. So there you go. You get your 3-and-out.
I was watching Will Campbell there, and he was kind of spying, cursed, you know, kind of going out with him as he kind of floated, you know, to the left side of the formation there, Brett. And boy, he's a thumper.
How about the facilities here?
Beautiful,
isn't it? It's right
when
up
I
there.
came in, they got the grill out there. I was actually thinking of getting a brat or something, Brett.
But, I mean, you got football field, turf. Right next door is the turf
Beautiful.
Soccer field.
Yeah, and I was just looking down there. That's a nice facility over there.
But baseball and softball around here, too. And then they have an indoor facility. And
then, of course, just their gymnasium is, you know, good enough to host all-state volleyball.
Yeah, right. There's Sipple. Watch out on the run.
He is magic. Look at this kid.
Well, good job, though, by Ashwaubenon. That's 81 coming in, tackle from the backside, Caden Van Dice. If not, Sipple might have been still on the run. Is he hurt?
Ground. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
So if it's not anything serious, but he looks to be in pain. I don't know if it's a cramp, though. Is it a cramp?
Looks like it.
Oh, okay.
Well, and that stands to reason on a hot, humid night like it is here at Kaukauna, but it looks like they're working that left leg a little bit.
Now, he is a high-performing athlete, Brett. I can honestly say this, even though I lettered 3 years in football, I never had problems with cramps. I don't know if I didn't have the muscle density for that to be I don't know if it's because of that or because I drank enough water. It might be
Well,
the former or the latter.
I'm going to say, look at Carson Sipple, 6'1", 175 pounds. He's built pretty good. No offense to you, but you don't have that same body type.
Hey, now
right?
back in high school, I had some fluff, but it was athletic.
I gotta say that trainer down there, he looks like David Bakhtiari,
A little bit.
doesn't he? I thought it was our friend David Bakhtiari, our former co-host.
Well, who's that other offensive lineman that looks like David?
Yeah, Kelly is his last name, right? They signed him from, was he with Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that looks like Bakhtiari. Good friend of Clubhouse Live. He was our co-host in 2015. Hollywood.
Look at him smiling. Sipple knows he didn't drink enough of that Gatorade, my friend.
Yeah. He's talking to his coach. Coach is saying, you got to get some fluids in you.
But, I really do mean this when I say Sipple is just magic. He has the big play
Yeah, he does.
ability.
He's one of the top athletes in this FVA. Hey, Hoffman brought down, second down. Let's kind of talk about some of the changes. You look at the FVA now, no more Valley Football Association for Kaukauna.
Right. Well, it's altered.
Yeah, they're now back in. There is the FVA in high school football again, a modified FVA, but a more traditional, right? You got Kaukauna and Kimberly and Appleton North, Appleton East, Fondy, Neenah, the two Oshkoshes, North and West. Appleton West and Hortonville, they're kind of getting hosed, if you ask me. They're going to be part of the Valley Football Association, which also includes DC Everest, Marshfield, Spash, Wausau West, and Wisconsin Rapids. Wausau East was supposed to be in that league as well, but they didn't. Low numbers. They're going to have to scrap their high school football season this year. But what are your thoughts on? It's nice to see the FVA be the FVA almost.
Yeah, and I was talking to
its
Coach
entirety.
Steve Jones about this, and he was happy to see that it's kind of back to normal. I never liked the idea of the Valley Football Association.
Pitch and
as
catch
we see a
to
first
Hoffman,
down. Yep. And nothing against the
Everest
Valley.
and Spash.
Yeah,
and
nothing
those
against
schools.
them. And I talked to the coach up there as well, up at DC Everest, and he wants to play those Fox Valley Association teams. He considers his program on the level. He knows that the Valley Football or the Wisconsin Valley, those football teams there aren't on the level
Not
of
even
the
close.
Fox Valley Association. He wants to play more of those teams. So it's an I'm just not a fan of that at all.
I feel disappointed for Appleton West and Hortonville. I mean, my goodness. Now they got
Appleton West got a win. They beat Manitowoc in week 1 here. But I think Appleton West will compete more in that Valley Football Association.
Oh, wow.
Look at
Well, he kept his balance by. Well, look at this. He's like Fran Tarkenton out there and finally brought down. I think that was number 5 for Ashwaubenon. Didn't give up on the play. Reed Dieterville Kaler.
loss of 13.
That's probably an old reference if you're a young fan, and maybe more like Russell Wilson.
Yes, there you go, Brett. People are like, who are you talking about?
Well, yeah, but and Hortonville's going to compete very well.
Oh,
with that
Hortonville.
as well.
I expect Hortonville to compete with DC Everest for that
Yes, I
title.
do too. Especially with Sam Dodd as a quarterback, one of the better ones around.
But then you never know because I just saw Marshfield keeping up with Muskego.
Marshfield seems
Oh,
like they run
not Marshfield, Wisconsin Rapids.
but Marshfield seems to run hot and cold. Sometimes they have some really good teams that they make a run.
Yeah, Marshfield a couple years ago, they made it to the state semifinals.
Mm-hmm. But I just, you look at Appleton West and Hortonville, and you got all these teams right here. Deep downfield, Weinberg, nope. So third down coming up. So you got all these good teams that you can play with and that you do in every other league. But, the WIA, that's the problem with the central schools. They don't have enough schools to form a conference anymore. Rhinelander's out, Anago's out. Merrill's not in it anymore. Those schools have sort of
They should
moved
split
on.
Spash.
Have a school down in Plover.
Yes.
Kinda
You
like-
know this. You're from the Stevens Point area.
Kind of like what Sun Prairie has done. What would they call Plover?
The Pirates.
The Plovers.
The Cricket.
They can't. They got Fall Creek has got that. How about the Plover Villagers, or the Village of Plover? Going deep downfield,
Got 'em.
Weinberg.
Oh,
He's taking some shots to the end zone. So fourth down, and here comes the punt team. Is this the first time we've seen the punt team for Kaukauna tonight?
this is the first time.
Yeah, it's just and then we're we're not done talking about conference changes. How about the Fox Valley or the Fox River Classic Conference? There's a North and a South.
Right, and the North has West De Pere in there now.
Yep, Bayport, De Pere, Preble, Green Bay Southwest, Pulaski, and West De Pere, and Ashwaubenon.
Hey, Brett, check this out. Lamb is about to attempt a
Holy
52-yard field goal.
Well, here we go. I don't think I've ever seen this in a high school game. Ooh, high snap.
Oh, yeah, that was – you're right, Brett. The high snap threw it off.
Good job by the holder to get it down, but, yeah, once the timing was messed up there. But, hey, why not? He's got the leg, and going to be a kicker at Wisconsin. But anyway, the FRCC North, as I said, Ashwaubenon, Bayport, De Pere, Preble, Southwest, Pulaski, and West De Pere. Then the South. A little bit easier there. Green Bay East, Green Bay West, Manitowoc, Menasha, Notre Dame, Sheboygan North, and Sheboygan South. And then what does that do to the Bay Conference now? The Bay, the once mighty Bay, which Xavier is a part of.
Yeah, and I think Fox Valley Lutheran.
Yeah, FVL is over there, but you got Shawano, and is New London in that league, and is Wapaka maybe in that league?
Yes. Yeah, they took a hit, definitely, losing West De Pere and Menasha.
Mm-hmm.
I think those two schools, Notre Dame and Menasha, one of those two teams will win the South, FRCC South, and I think it'll be Menasha.
There's some discrepancy, though, between the North and the South as far as, football programs, wouldn't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
It's pretty rugged in the North. Wide open, beautiful catch. That's Jonas again. Ricardo far sideline going up high to snare that pass from Kirst. That was a nice throw. 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
21-yard gain for Kirst.
Yeah, so some reshuffling going on in our parts and trying to learn. And then you look at the Northeastern Conference. I think they have like a little crossover with the Bay, don't they? Wow. Pludeman brought down.
Yeah, and Freedom took a hit. Wrightstown should be solid. I mentioned this on the FRV show about Little Chute. It just seems like Little Chute every couple years, they kind of, not that they come out of nowhere, but they kind of make a run.
Yeah, like a deep playoff run, right?
Yeah, and I think I think they're due. I think they're due for a long run. That kind of galvanizes, the community a little bit.
Yeah, I know they're pretty excited. They got Cade Van Asten. He's the third-year starter, and they got a lot of pieces. I think they're a nice offensive line. I know they're pretty excited. I think they think over there that they can win a conference title. Luxembourg-Casco is going to be tough in that division as well. And then, of course, Wrightstown and Freedom as a ball at the 50-yard line. Like midfield.
Yeah, it'll be a 2nd and short or 3rd and short.
It's Jonas with the catch. But then a couple Michigan teams now in that. Menominee, Michigan, Kingsford,
Yeah, but
Michigan.
they're not playing full schedules. They're playing
I don't get that either.
One's playing 3 of them. The other's playing 4 of them.
I don't understand.
I love Upper Michigan, though.
Yeah, very nice area, no doubt. Pludeman, he's got some running space, and a good job by number 8, I think that was for the Ghost, Peyton Miller, a junior with the stop. But I think there is some crossover. I think, I think some
FBL plays Xavier.
Yes, but I think some Northeastern Conference teams will play some Bay teams as well to fill out that league. Because I think Little Chute and New London are playing tonight. Speaking of the Mustangs. Yeah, we're on tap 2. I think that's week 5. Oh, no, another high snap, and Kirst, he's going to have to fall on it, and does. Wow. That is a 20-plus yard loss. 23 yards maybe on the snap.
Yeah, good math there, Brett. 24 yards.
24 yards. But I was going to say, I think that's week 5, week 6, Little Chute Wrightstown. That could be some conference implications in that one. You're getting kind of late into the season there at that stretch, sometime in maybe September, early October. That should be a fun game at Fitzpatrick Field. Would love to do some Freedom games, but it's tough to get a stream over there. They just don't have the accommodations.
Maybe
Irish.
some decade they'll figure things out at Freedom.
3rd down and a country mile coming up for the Jaguars. So kind of get to know the new leagues, but yeah, It's nice to see the Fox Valley Association name back in the high school football ranks, not the VFA North, South, and was it West?
Yeah. It was goofy. I never liked the WIA did that. I remember the meeting just vividly where they said that they're going to break up the FVA to help out the Wisconsin Valley, and I know the FVA ADs were not pleased with that move by the WIA.
Kirst looking for receiver downfield.
Oh, he had his man.
He does. He's got an arm, doesn't he?
He does.
He can sling it. The fourth down coming up, and the punt team, I would imagine, maybe though. Let's see what the Jags are going to do. I think they're going to bring the punt team out.
I think Kirst is the punter. So
but
4:17 left here in the third quarter.
I still have to think of an Apple and West Hortonville doing a lot of traveling out to the central part of the state, up to D.C. Evers, out to Marshfield. Are they really happy with that when they got all of the
you can't be.
Their natural rivalry?
No,
rivals
they
right here?
can't be happy with that setup.
How about Rosie? He's in the Apple and West School District.
Not at all.
He's not. He's an unhappy man. Okay, here's where are they going to mark it?
The triangulation, Brett. Remember that?
Hey, I saved the email from last year about that. That was from Ron Joten. Procedure is when the referee in the white cap sees the ball heading towards the sideline. He positions himself behind the punter and in a direct line of the path of the ball. When the ball lands out of bounds, nearest official to the punt receiver walks along the sideline with arm or hand raised. When he hits the location between the referee and the spot where the ball landed, the referee stops his motion, and that is where the ball is marked.
That's just a bunch of voodoo.
I'm still trying to piece that in my mind. I don't have a smart enough mind to kind of figure that out. But where's Ken? Whoa, look at that tackle.
I think Ken's actually vacationing in Mexico. It's nice play. That's number 76.
Yeah, 76. We can't call
and we don't have a number for him.
We don't have him on the roster, but ball at the 40-yard line. So suddenly that Kaukauna offense is stalling a little bit here in the third quarter.
I'm trying to see if they have different linemen in it. It looks like Kuski's not at center, so maybe they have the second team offensive line in.
Putting some different guys in here in the second half with a big lead. Oh, look at this. Weinberg with a nice little boot. Nice move. Stays in bounds. He might have gotten the first down. Let's see where they mark him. I think he did get it.
He did. They're marking it right at the 43, 44 of Ashwaubenon.
Oh, a nice little play call. He had so much space. Had everybody crashing one side. Nice misdirection play, and he's got the wheels.
16-yard run there by Weinberg.
Smart, too. Using the ball, I believe, was spotted at the far hash, so had all that wide side of the field to use and got the first down. So ball at the 44. And quarterback, different quarterback in.
Pop through there.
Yeah, number 15, Finley Doriot in at QB, and I think that was Hoffman with the carry. Now they're looking at Weinberg on the table. He kind of came up limping a little bit, maybe just a little bit of a sprain or a tweak on his ankle. And maybe in a game like this,
maybe you don't need to put him back in.
Yeah, maybe just let him rest up and get ready for week 2.
Well, they really like this kid, this Doriot. And 6'1", 165-pound sophomore.
Doriot to number 7, Max Krieger.
Ball's at the 23, gain of 4 yards.
You're looking at the article you wrote about Kaukauna football earlier this, was it this month when it ran?
Yes.
But Kaukauna coach Matt Binsfeld quoted in your story, which you can find on postcrescent.com. We have some great leaders. Not a huge senior class, only about 20 kids, but they're really quality kids in there. He goes on to say, I would say that we're a little young on both sides of the ball, but our sophomore class is going to have to contribute a little bit more than a sophomore class typically has to, and how they develop will determine how good we're going to be. So I would say some of those young players, Ricardo, tonight have passed that first test.
Well, yeah, and I think they have a sizable sophomore class. And we also talked about how, they know how to win now. They know what they need to take, to succeed and get the wins necessary to get to the postseason. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. You got to rely on sophomores. And then, obviously, it pays off wonderfully in 2 years.
Big payoff when they're all seniors, yeah. 3rd down and 2, ball at the 24. One of those sophomores, Finley Doriot, quarterback, number 15. And, boy, you look at him just slip through there. He's got some
nice
speed as well, but he kind of just ducked over that defender flying in. Gets himself low and takes off. 1st down for the Ghosts.
Going to place that ball right at the 15.
Number 15.
So 5-yard gain.
It's a good number. Bart Starr's number. Speaking of numbers, just ran a story this week, kind of just having some fun with it. The only number that has been retired by the Packers, the Brewers, and the Bucks is number 4.
Wow.
Brett Favre with the Packers, Paul Molitor with the Brewers, Sidney Moncrief with the Bucks, all Hall of Famers, all all-time greats in their sports, all big-time fan favorites. And Doriot just misses Nolan Hall for the touchdown, another sophomore. So I just put it out there. I said, let's have some fun. Which number 4 was number 1? And let the readers vote. Really wanted to just get some engagement. We have about 450 votes. And obviously,
Favre.
The heavy favorite is Brett Favre, and he is winning in the polls. But I got it, Paul Molitor over 30% of the vote, and Sidney Moncrief even about like 7 or 8%. So
Moncrief was a little before my time, but I do know he was a great player.
Great two-way player. He won the first 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards that the NBA ever gave out, and then finished high in the voting the next couple of years, and was the key guy in some of those great Bucks teams of the 80s. As the pass to number 85, that's Quinn Bookinger. Of course, Paul Molitor, he would have been my vote. I know Brett Favre, the 3-time MVP Super Bowl champ, but man, Paul Molitor was a hitting machine. That guy was incredible. And if he had not gotten injured, there are some that say that he might have been the 3rd member of that 4,000 hit club. He ended up.
He had a real
would have been up
strong
there.
finish. I mean, his time with the Twins and then the Blue Jays.
Playing DH, that might be.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No,
I mean,
but
counts.
at the time, that was a little bit of a strike against those guys. Wow, they're DH. That's changed now.
That's
obviously.
just laughable. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Especially as the National League is thinking about going over to the designated hitter very soon. But Favre, I thought maybe his knock was. We got a timeout, Kaukauna. Maybe his knock with all the interceptions. And he had a dominant 3-year run in the 90s where he won all those MVPs, but he kind of fizzled, not fizzled, but
was last year. His second to last year was sensational.
Yeah, with the Vikings, but his later years with the Packers, I guess so, nothing like it was in the mid 90s, but obviously an all-time great. But just thought it'd be, hey, let's have a little fun with it and see if it's recency bias and Brett Favre gets the nod, or if you're going to, so I put out their resumes, all their accomplishments, kind of put their signature moment. Obviously, Molitor's signature moment, the 39-game hitting streak, one of the all-time longest hitting streaks in baseball history. Favre, what he did on the night after his father died on Monday Night Football. And then Sidney Moncrief winning the first 2 NBA Player of the Year awards, solidifying his status as one of the elite two-way players of his era.
I think you're missing another number 4. In fact, I'm going to look it up.
How? There's only 3 teams.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Wisconsin sports landscape.
No, just the Wisconsin major pro sports teams.
Gotcha.
The Packers, Brewers, and the Bucks.
Was it Sam Oki number 4?
Who cares?
What? Jared Aberdare.
I'm talking about the major pro sports teams. Number 4 is the only number retired by all 3. And, of course, inevitably you tick people off. Oh, wow. Is that a touchdown? No, incomplete.
Yeah.
What a throw. 4th down coming up.
He had him open a little bit. If Doriot had got it just off a little bit quicker, he would have had the touchdown.
So 4th and 5 coming up, ball to 10. But go on to postcrescent.com or Google it. Hey, Wisconsin number 4, number 1, and then go on the article, check out their resumes, and vote. And I even put in the article, don't automatically just give it to Favre. Look at what these guys accomplished throughout their careers, and they were a reason why all 3 are in the Hall of Fame. But what was it, Rosie? Somebody on Facebook called it the stupidest thing he's ever read. Favre is the GOAT. Man, that's it. It's just stupid. So. I would have voted no. See, Rosie with me.
Oh, nice.
Is that on Ashwaubenon?
Yeah, the hard count
So
by the sophomore.
That's a free first down.
Well, I don't know. I think they're a little short. It's 5 yards.
Okay.
And I think it's 5.5. I think it'll be 4th and half a yard.
Yeah, you're right. So get under center and sneak it. It's a good time for a story like that to run, too, when the Packers, Brewers, and Bucks are all
entertaining.
Playing well.
I think our brethren over in the Journal Sentinel, J.R. Rackler, was probably upset that he didn't think of that story.
It was just for conversation and get people engaged in our site, voting, and hopefully they did that. And there's Hoffman with the 5-yard touchdown run.
I'll update that on Twitter if you want to follow me at PC Ricardo, Rosie at Middle Rosie, and don't forget Brett at PC Brett C.
That's Hoffman's 3rd touchdown, his first rushing touchdown of the night. He's got a pair of TD receptions, 80 yards and 25 yards. Kimberly wins 34-9, thanks to Mike Cruz. So the Papermakers take down Spash. Kyle Seafelt in for the PAT for Kaukauna. And that PAT sails through. And again, as we look at our Coonies embroidery and sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard, the Ghosts. Big night for them. They're up 48-10 with 14 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. And guys, running clock the rest of the way. Looking at these touchdowns for the Ghosts, an 80-yard pass from Weinberg to Hoffman. 3-yard pass from Weinberg to Natrop. 25-yard pass from Weinberg to Hoffman. 32-yard pass from Weinberg to Sipple. 29-yard run from Natrop. 10-yard pass from Weinberg to Natrop. And now the 5-yard run from Hoffman.
Our guy Jordan Jacobson a few minutes ago put out that the Polar Bears of Hortonville leading Appleton East 17-7. Sam Dodd, a big touchdown on a scramble. That's late in the 4th, so 2:19 left in that one. Looks like they're going to pull out that win, so that's a close game.
Well, not close here. A 38-point edge for the Ghosts. Running clock now. The rest of, 14 seconds in this quarter remaining, and then 4th quarter as this one is crushed. I'm always amazed at that. You know, if you, me, or Rosie go out there and try to kick a ball, what are we going to kick it? 20 yards maybe?
Maybe.
Plus hurt our toe. Or you know, it's like with these NFL kickers that can just crush a ball and line up and hit a 55-yarder with ease. Or the punters, they can just sky. How do you do that? I don't know. First of all, I don't have the
Brett, it takes athletic ability, which
I don't
all
have.
Three of us have very limited
I
of.
don't have, nor have I ever claimed to have. But I would, if I try that now, I think I would hurt my hamstring. Not very flexible. There's Jonas with the reception on the far sideline, out of bounds.
Is that Jonah or is that number 8? I can't tell.
Well, let me see if I get but that's number 11, Jonas, and he's hobbling out of bounds. Well, he's kind of been nicked up tonight. Hopefully he's all right. End of the 3rd quarter because of the running clock.
Heck of a 3rd quarter for the Ghosts.
Change in the quarter gives me a chance. I mentioned the Packers-Jets tomorrow night. The Jets, 3rd-string quarterback James Morgan.
Yeah, from Ashwaubenon.
Ashwaubenon graduate.
That's true.
Jets take on the Packers tomorrow in a preseason game up at Lambeau Field. Jets have been in town, of course, this week for joint training camp practices with the Packers. Morgan, a 4th-round draft pick by the Jets in 2020.
Great.
Played 2 seasons at Bowling Green, then finished his collegiate career at Florida International. He was a 3-year starter at Ashwaubenon, threw for over 7,500 yards and 70 touchdowns. That was from 2012 to 2014. And the Jags went 19-3 during his junior and senior season. So a lot of success for that Ashwaubenon team. Not all that long ago, he was named the Fox River Classic Conference's Offensive Player of the Year both season. Also led Ashwaubenon to a league title as a junior, probably right before then Bayport took over as the kings of the league. But did you know also Morgan is the older brother of Kaukauna basketball standout Chris Morgan?
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wait, older cousin?
No, brother.
Oh, I did not know that.
Chris Morgan.
Oh, that's right. The Morgans did. Okay, they
Yeah.
did relocate down here.
Chris used to play up at Ashwaubenon, I think his freshman year in basketball. Chris Morgan recently committed to Purdue Fort Wayne. So who is James Morgan rooting for? Is he rooting for his brother's school or his alma mater?
Good question. Yeah, good
I'm
question.
guessing because Chris doesn't play football, he's probably thinking more about his alma mater tonight. Maybe he's here. Probably not, though. Of course, you mentioned Aaron Stecker, also an Ashwaubenon graduate. He played in 10 NFL seasons at running back, played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And
Heck of a career for him. You know, you play over, what, 6 seasons, you get the NFL pension.
Yeah. Won a Super Bowl ring as a member of the 02 Buccaneers. Also played with the Saints and the Falcons. But you look at the NFL right now, and there are a handful as Pluteman has the ball. Oh, nice little cutback towards the middle of the field and a good run. Current NFL players from the Green Bay area. I mentioned James Morgan with the Jets from Ashwaubenon. Cole Van Lannen, Bayport kid, now with the Packers. He was a draft pick, rookie season. Alec Ingold, the fullback for the Las Vegas Raiders from Bayport. And Max Sharping playing for the Texans from Green Bay Southwest. And I feel like I'm missing somebody. Of course, we've got A.J. Klein from Kimberly playing for the Buffalo Bills. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else around in the Appleton Fox City area.
Yeah, there is. And well, maybe not Fox Cities.
Here's Jonas again. Good to see him back on the field.
There's a kid from Iola, Scandinavia.
Oh, yeah.
Christian. I can't remember his name. Steelers, maybe?
Okay. That's a pretty good representation, though, from the Fox Valley when you think about 5 guys. And there could be another 1 or 2 I'm missing, and I apologize if I am, but just goes to show you it can happen around here, can it?
It can, and we're expecting a few more because I really expect the Logan Bruss to be in the NFL, the Kimberly offensive lineman.
Pluteman with a big run here as clock continues to run. We're in a running clock situation. But that was a neat story with James Morgan. He obviously grew up a big Favre fan and, of course, a big Rodgers fan. So you saw the training camp pictures of him and Aaron Rodgers together. It has to be a thrill when you grew up probably watching training camp practice from Oneida Street or the Ray Nitschke Field stands. Now suddenly you're inside that fence and a member of the National Football League. Whoa. I think that ball just slipped out of Boone Kerr's hands. But good luck to James Morgan. Hope it works out. And I can't wait to watch his brother play another season here at Kaukauna. Excellent basketball player for Mike Shallow. A lot of good programs here at Kaukauna. You know, we say they don't take a back seat to anybody when it comes to state championships around here and athletic success.
2nd and 10 from the 32. They're going to place this right at the 28. Looks like Ashwaubenon has most of their first team offense out there.
Looks like Pluteman got the first down, ball at the 21-yard line. 48-10. So again, folks can check out a recap on Sunday.
Yep.
That's when your column will come out about what's going on throughout the area. Got the crew out tonight. We got Jordan Jacobson doing some video again.
Yeah, Dan Wusso as well. Then we got Mike Sherry back at the home office. And
is he downtown tonight, or is he doing?
He should be downtown tonight. Then we got Jim Oscola also helping out.
Whoa, boy, another one.
Boy, that's the third time we've seen that.
But good job by Kurse, though, to stay with it, and a nice pass. That's number 81 on the catch, Caden Van Dice.
Yeah, they've been having problems with the snap there.
Yeah. Speaking of videos, our video with Alan Lazard has done really well.
Good to see.
Announcing the Clubhouse Live, him as our co-host. My wife was not impressed.
She didn't like our comedic.
I don't know
comedic abilities.
How much better we can get with acting because we didn't say a single line. I think that's about as good as we can do.
Physical comedy, my friend.
Yeah.
We're not exactly, we're
not like
Chris Farley out there.
Chevy Chase or Michael Richards of Kramer. I think that's the best way to do little videos like that. The less we say, less is more. Rosie, Bill shot it, Glasheen and Rosie put it together. Rosie found a great music track for it, and turned out very well. A lot of the Clubhouse Live fans enjoyed it. Didn't hear back from Allen yet as Pluterman, easy score for him, 6 yards out.
Update that on my Twitter again at PC Ricardo. Brett's at PC Brettsy. Rosie's at Metal Rosie.
On for the PAT guys, number 80, A.J. Ewell, sophomore. Kicked the field goal earlier today. High snap, good job by the holder, and Ewell bangs it through. Friend Mike Cruz guy, he said we should run that video at halftime. We should put that out there.
Next week, sure.
Well, Rosie's not gonna be around next week. That's gonna put me as the head technician.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm good. I've done it before, Ricardo.
I know, I'm just kidding. There's no one else I'd rather have manning it, other than Rosie.
Yeah. Look at our Coonies embroidery and sportswear and community first Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard shows the Galloping Ghosts galloping past the Jaguars tonight, 48-17. Now, does the running clock stop? Or does
I don't know how they do that.
I can't remember if they continue that once. For some reason, I thought once you hit that 35-point threshold, it runs no matter what, but I could be wrong. Send me a tweet at PC Brettsy and give me a follow. Well, that's where we need Ken, our rules analyst.
Yes, hopefully I'll have him on. Okay. All right, Brett, got some scores here. Little Chute defeated New London 38-6.
Okay.
Pulaski beat Notre Dame 38-14.
Wow, how about that?
Let me see else area stuff here. That might be the only other one.
Well, they keep the clock running, Rosie. Yeah, I think once you hit that 35-point mark, that's it then, no matter what.
And Iowa Scandinavia beat Marathon 39-14. So they've got to dig up some more, but interesting scores throughout the area. Luxembourg Casco beat Xavier 42-14.
Ooh. Yeah, I think the Spartans are pretty tough this year.
Yeah.
That the battle for the LC trophy could be entertaining. They play Little Chute and Luxembourg Casco for the LC. I think somebody from Luxembourg Casco actually made it, and then whoever wins it keeps it in their trophy case.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Kind of like that county ensign with between Little Chute and Freedom, and of course the China Bowl, and Trying to think if there's some other trophy games out there. The old River Jug between Spash and Wisconsin Rapids.
The China Bowl.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Why don't we ever do a Amra-Winnicott game?
Well,
I'm putting you on the spot, Mr. Scheduler.
did I say Apple Bowl? Yeah, Xavier and FEL, the Apple Bowl.
What about the slab of bacon?
How come Kimberly and Kaukauna, they should play for the K? They should have a K.
Yeah, they should.
Or,
A special K.
yeah. There's another one I was going to say. Now it slipped my mind. But, yeah, those trophy games are fun.
Oh, there's one between Berlin and Ripon. I don't know what it's called, though. I know there is one, though.
Needham and Asher, they should play for something.
Well, they're back at it next week.
Yeah. A game that right now we're scheduled to live stream. But, again, those are always tentative. Again, thanks to Nate Werner. Good to see him again. Strange to see him wearing the orange and black after all those years at Appleton North.
Doesn't look right.
The new athletic director
Gonna
here.
have to get used to that, my friend.
Chris McDaniel, the high school principal now, the former AD.
Update on Menasha Beaver Dam. Menasha 34, Beaver Dam 23.
Okay. AJ Korth, a good-looking quarterback, Jeremy's son.
He really made big strides throughout the season. Korth did.
Yeah. Saw those guys in the spring. It was against Notre Dame, wasn't it?
Yes.
I believe at Calder Stadium. Didn't Notre Dame come back to win that game?
They did.
On a chilly night
Last
at
drive
Calder.
of the game, I think.
Oh, that looks like a hold there. Oh, that's going to be intercepted. Yep, midfield. That was number 2 for the Jaguars, Blake Theodoro, senior defensive back. So, an opportunity for Ashwaubenon maybe to. Yep, they want the clock to continue to run. You can hear the coaches screaming. They want this game over with. It's done. It always takes a couple weeks, right, for everybody to kind of get back in the groove. Again, high school football.
Good to be back. Good to be back, Brett.
Good to be back. These first 2 or 3 weeks are always a little strange though because schools are not in session. Everybody's still in summer mode. I feel like we really hit a stride until we hit about that midway point of the high school football season. Get that weeks 4, weeks 5, week 6. Really start to see how races are going to shape out in the different conferences. And it's always a fun time when you get week 9 and then you get the playoffs. And then I always try to piece together a fun playoff schedule for us. And
so and then it leads right into winter season. I really love that time of year, to tell you the truth. That November into December, and then the first of the year, and then it's Christmas time.
No. No.
Christmas music starts November.
Yeah,
November.
that's what
love it.
We were just talking about that the other day. My wife said it's going on November 1st. I've said, honey.
Oh, is she a big fan of it?
Yeah.
Oh, your wife's a very smart woman.
And she's actually been watching Hallmark Christmas reruns this summer.
I love Christmas music. I have a Christmas channel on my app.
Do you really?
On my phone that I can listen to at any time.
Here's the problem, though. You get to the actual Christmas date, and everybody's tired of it.
Let me tell you something. I'm full of jolly.
Okay. That's number 17 with the reception. That's Caden Martin.
You're what the kids call a Scrooge, my friend.
I am a Scrooge. Looks like Jaden Shane, number 14, now the quarterback for the Jaguars here for these final couple of minutes. Listen, my favorite time of the year is summertime.
Oh, I love summertime.
Summertime, there's nothing even remotely close to summertime.
I love family time and Thanksgiving and Christmas, though.
Now, I will say, as somebody that doesn't mind the heat, the humidity has been starting to get to me a little bit. It's been a little too much. But hot weather, I don't care. For me, it's much easier to cool off than it is to warm up. Once I get that cold air, my feet get cold. I don't like being cold.
That's called getting old, my friend. You're on the wrong side of 50.
So when you say I like that time of year just because of the action, but I'm also dreading it because I can't. You get that late December into January. No, thank you. Thank heavens for basketball. But you get summertime, you put on the Brewer game in the background and fire up the grill, Rosie. Throw some brats on there. Hey, Mike Cruz, if you're listening, we need a meat market to sponsor us. And I could talk about the brats, and hamburgers. How about Hain right here in Kaukauna? There's, I think, a touchdown. And it is 15 yards.
To 31.
Easton Hawkers, a 15-yard catch.
Was that Kerr still in the game?
No, it was number 14.
Okay.
Which is, again, Jaden Shane, the sophomore quarterback. And the kick by number 80, A.J. Ewell, is good.
(48-29) is your score. I'm going to try to update that again on Twitter.
It should be 24. It was 48-17. That scoreboard's wrong.
I think you're right, Brett.
I've made a new resolution for the stream. I'm going to trust myself more than I trust the scoreboards this year. I catch myself too much, like, oh shoot, the scoreboard is wrong, and then I realize, no, I was right. So 48-24 as we look at our Coonies embroidery and sportswear and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. There they changed it, 48-24 on the scoreboard here at Bank of Kaukauna Stadium. Get some fires in the fire pit. Can't do that in the wintertime, Rosie. Some s'mores. We get our fire pit going. We roasted some hot dogs earlier this summer. Might be doing that on Sunday, actually.
Freedom defeated Seymour 40-0.
Fall's not a bad time, but you get that crispness in the air, and Rosie, you know what's coming right after that. And then the colors never stay vibrant anymore. They just go away. 1 week, then you get the winds, and no, give me summer. Give me 9 weeks of this weather. Yeah. I'm kind of lucky. I don't have to worry about that too much at our current house, but our old house, yeah, they would blow up from the park or from neighbors. And
that was my favorite raking service, was the wind.
So you're one of those neighbors.
I am one of those neighbors. Hilbert leads 14, or Hilbert beat Brilliant 14-0. Another area win, or another area score, I should say.
I got a little OCD tendencies, and so I'd get the lawn all nice and looking clean, and then that afternoon I'd see a big wind gust coming from the neighbors, and I'm like,
nope.
Angry Brett.
I live with it, so I say.
I'm trying to become a nicer, gentler Brett this year.
I prefer the leaves on the ground, the little mulch.
Unfortunately, that kind of leads to like decay in your lawn, so you gotta get rid of that. I like to have a nice lawn. We need some rain, actually. It's starting to get dry out there again.
Nina beat Madison West 39-6. We just got that score from our friend John Yoke.
Oh, I don't know if it's. I thought it was supposed to rain tonight, but we ended up having a beautiful evening. I wouldn't mind a little bit. Unfortunately, the rains we get nowadays have to be torrential 2.5 inches of all at one time. Can't be a nice soaker. Couple of knees, Ricardo, should wrap this up.
Yeah, let me quick give you my thoughts. First off, Ashwaubenon kind of, the mistakes and everything kind of led to the big breakdowns on offense and things like that. I do like the quarterback curse. I think he's a junior. They're going to get a lot better. I think they have some things there to work with.
We'll get some pieces back from injury too.
But the schedule does them no favors. And for Kaukauna, this is what I was talking about when I did the story on them. I thought Kaukauna's a little bit of a dark horse. What do we have here with this Ghost team? They have weapons. They have talent. They have a coaching staff that has been really building on some nice success over the last couple of years. They play in one of the toughest Division I conferences in the state. What does that mean? We'll know when they go against Kimberly, when they go against Appleton North. So I'm really curious to see how they'll do. They did not do that last year, remember, Brett. They played in the fall season when most of the other teams played in the spring.
Waiting for the final seconds to tick off that scoreboard clock, and that is a final 48-24. The Galloping Ghosts take down the Jaguars in week 1, so congratulations to Kaukauna. Yeah, it's going to be fun, as I said before, to see them evolve. And I expect them to get better and better as the season goes on. These young kids are going to get more and more experience.
Yeah, and when I would talk with Binsfeld, the excitement was palpable, you know, talking to him and some of the guys. So look out for Kaukauna. I think they can do some things.
Got some things coming up, don't they? And
they do.
I think Ashwaubenon is going to get there. They've got.
Well, Rich Kowski's a heck of a coach.
Yeah, he is. It's going to take
a matter of time.
Some time, and like you said, dealing with some injuries maybe from that spring season. So, but again, a very difficult schedule. And what does Ashwaubenon follow Kaukauna with? The other K-Town, Kimberly, and that's no treat for sure. But it's going to make your program better.
Absolutely.
So. Kudos to
Brett,
them for scheduling
Rosie,
the papermakers. You heading
thank
out?
you, and I will see you guys. I should say, is it at Menasha next week, right?
Right now, that's the tentative plan. Menasha, Calder Stadium.
Fantastic. Well, I got to interview some coaches and players. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Everyone, have a great night.
Again, be sure to check out Ricardo's kind of write-up of what happened here in Week 1 on Friday night on Sunday at postcrescent.com. And Dan Powers, our photojournalist, you can catch his photo gallery from the game tonight on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com. Let me run down the scoring. We got a lot to get to. Kaukauna struck first on an 80-yard pass from Garrett Weinberg to number 26 Noah Hoffman at 11:49. It was one play, 80 yards, made it 6-0 Kaukauna. Then the Ghosts went up 13-0 a little over a minute later on a 3-yard pass from Weinberg to number 4 Hunter Natrop. Ashwaubenon finally got on the board. It was a busy first quarter. A 33-yard field goal by number 80, A.J. Ewell, made it 13-3 Kaukauna with 7:04 to play in the opening quarter. And then Kaukauna, 2 straight touchdowns. The first with 3:44 to go in the opening quarter, a 25-yard pass from Weinberg to number 26 Noah Hoffman, made it 20-3. And then the Ghosts went up 27-3 right away in the second quarter. A 32-yard strike from Weinberg to Carson Sipple. Ashwaubenon finally got its first touchdown of the game, an 80-yard strike from Boone Kirst to Rhett Jonas. So with 11:08 to play in the second quarter, made it 27-10. And then 3 straight touchdowns, a 29-yard run by number 4 Hunter Natrop, then a 10-yard pass from Weinberg to Natrop, both coming in the second quarter, made it 41-10. Halftime lead for the Ghosts. The first, the 29-yard run came right after the Kaukauna defense forced a stop on 4th down. And then the second off of a bad punt snap, a very short field, is a one-play 10-yard pass from Weinberg to Natrop. 5-yard run with 14 seconds to go in the third quarter by Hoffman, made it 48-10 Kaukauna. Then a pair of touchdowns late. The first, a 6-yard run by number 33 Andrew Pluteman by the Jaguars, made it 48-17. And then with 1:12 to play in the game, a 15-yard pass from number 14 Jaden Shane to number 31 Easton Hawkers. And that's how we end it, 48-24. With the victory, Kaukauna, they start the season 1-0. Up next for the Ghosts, they're at Green Bay Southwest next Friday. That's a non-conference matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Ashwaubenon falls to 0-1 on the year, and they're home against Kimberly next Friday. That also is a non-conference matchup. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. As for us, again, the plan is to do the Menasha-Neenah game next Friday night at Calder Stadium in Menasha. Kickoff is 7 o'clock, but our live coverage will begin at 6:45 p.m. And again, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, First Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or send them an email at Cooney's, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. And of course, the Community First Fox Cities Marathon registration is still open in the half and relay marathons, as well as the 10K and 5K runs and the kids events. Race weekend set for September 17th through the 19th. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. So for Ricardo, Rosie, and of course the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Bank of Kaukauna Stadium here on the campus of Kaukauna High School. Once again, the final score tonight, Kaukauna 48, Ashwaubenon 24. Thanks for watching, everybody.